Hello, and welcome to Barça Live. How are we all doing on this lovely Saturday afternoon? It's been a while since we played on a Saturday. It's the Catalan derby today, the battle for second position. Barça against Girona. Barça have 73 points, Girona have 71. It's going to be a tight battle. Girona want to secure that Champions League berth for next season as well. There'll be a lot at stake. A bit of a sense of revenge maybe in the Barça players after the defeat at Montilivi. We'll have to see. Let's go live to the Montilivi Stadium. Marc Brau is standing pitchside. Marc, take us through Barça's lineup.
Hi Robert, how are you? Incredible weather here in Girona. It's like a party because today if Girona wins, they will go mathematically to the UEFA Champions League. But Barça wants also to win today because if we win, we will put 5 points of difference in the standings between us and the team that we will face this incredible evening here in Girona. A Catalan derby, a very exciting game, and we'll have some important news in the lineup of FC Barcelona. With one change, Sergio Roberto, the captain, is returning to the lineup. Barça will play today with Marc-André ter Stegen as a goalkeeper, with Joao Cancelo as a left back, Jules Koundé as a right back, with Paco Garcia and Ronald Araujo as the centre backs. In the midfield, we will have Andreas Christensen as a holding midfielder, with Ilkay Gundogan and Sergio Roberto. The captain is returning, as we said, to the lineup, and with this important change today, it's not playing Rafinha. Will play Fermin in this position as a theoretical left wing, with Robert Lewandowski after the hat-trick against Valencia as our striker, and as a right wing, Lamine Yamal. This is the lineup, try to win here in Montilivi for the 4th time in our history.
Thank you very much, Marc Brau. We'll look forward to a win in Montilivi. Let's see if the team can pull it off. Live chat, let us know your thoughts on the lineup. Do you like it? Rate it from 1 to 10. 10 being the highest score, 1 being the lowest. Joining me here in the studio are Irati Vidal and Alex Ibaceta. Irati, welcome back.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, and I'm really excited to see this game because it's always special facing Girona, and because I think Xavi and also the squad has learned from the mistakes of the past.
Alex Ibaceta, nice jersey, I was just telling you.
Thank you. Yeah, no, it's I don't take it out often, so hopefully today is the right occasion for it.
I'm hoping it will be. Right, Xavi introducing changes into the lineup today. 4 midfielders with the inclusion of Sergio Roberto, with Christensen, with Gundogan, and with Fermin. Maybe in the back of his mind, he's still got that game that the team played in Montjuic, and he wants a bit more control of the ball.
Yeah, I think so. Like, we will see where Fermin is playing, but I think he wants to put more players into that midfield to control the transitions of Girona. Girona is a team that has really power on the midfield, but also in the attack. And in the first game we play against them, like there was no midfield of Barça, and the team suffered a lot. So I think Xavi went back to that game, and that's why he put Fermin today, because he also brings that intensity. I think it's the closest player to Gavi the squad has in terms of intensity. So I think it's Xavi just fixing the mistakes the team had against Girona in the first game.
Alex, thoughts on this midfield of 4?
Yeah, definitely. Just to add to that, you know, Girona, we know, as Marc said, they're going to be battling for that Champions League spot, so they're going to come out guns blazing. And I think for us to be able to win this game, we do have to control the match a lot more. Especially probably first 5-10 minutes of the match are going to be very decisive. Could be very decisive in terms of what Girona's pace is going to be for the rest of the match and what our kind of mentality is going to be for the rest of the match. But I think it's going to be very important to kind of control that, and obviously we know Barcelona are better when we control the midfield, and if we don't have the control, then you know we're not going to feel comfortable playing that.
Live chat, keep your thoughts on the lineup coming, those ratings from 1 to 10. I'll be reading your comments in a second. I also want to ask you a question. Both teams are coming off of good wins. Girona in Las Palmas after having a couple of slip-ups away from home, a good win for them away. And also Barça with the Monday win against Valencia, that second half comeback. I want to ask you guys, what was your favourite thing about that game? I'm giving you 3 options. 1 is the team reaction, the second half. 2 would be corners. Who knew? We're good at corners.
Shocking.
And 3, the Lewandowski hat-trick, of course.
I think it's hard to choose because I love the team reaction. Is something that this team didn't have years ago, and that has now. Like not only inside the games, but also like after the defeats in the Champions League and everything. It was important to have a team reaction. And after seeing Valencia like winning in halftime, it was important to have that. But I think I have to stick with Lewandowski's hat-trick because I think we really need that Lewandowski that was decisive in terms of goal scoring, and that brought a lot of power to the team and also to the player that mentally I think he needed that night.
Alex.
I think I'm going to go for a team reaction. I think it's just the building off of, the reaction that we had in Champions League, PSG going up in the first leg. That reaction that we haven't seen in years. We have spoken about it quite often. We're so deprived of that intensity and want and desire from the players to kind of match our own. I think that's why it hurts us so much when we really want the team to do well and the players don't really match that intensity. But you're seeing it more and more and more. The team have come together. They have the intensity to be able to come back and win a game, a very important game, and that for me is that says it all.
Right, a few comments from our fans. Rating the lineup, Cristian Castillo, a 9 out of 10. There's a user here that's called Messi. I'm assuming it's not Leo Messi. Says Fermin is doing better than Rafinha.
You never know.
Well, we could debate that. Tusif says a 6. Why a 6? Why a 6? Who else have we got here? We've got Dean saying, when is Joao going to play? Joao Felix. Well, maybe he'll get his opportunity in the second half. And then most people going with 3s, with reactions to the Lewandowski hat-trick. Ricard going 3, JNX going 3, Julia D going 3, Kyrie going 3, Dean 3. Just the Lever hat-trick is people's favourite, and my God, what a hat-trick it was. His first in La Liga. That free kick was simply spectacular. We'll talk a little bit more about it later. But let's go and hear what our head coach Xavi Hernandez had to say to Marc Brau just a little while ago.
As usual, only a few minutes to start this Catalan derby between Girona and Barça. We are with head coach of FC Barcelona, Xavi Hernandez. Xavi, què tal? Bona tarda.
Bona tarda.
Un partidàs avui, no? A més, una gran tarda aquí a Girona, bona temperatura, no com dilluns. Partit clau, no? Per poder assegurar aquesta segona posició, suposo que l'equip s'ho pren d'aquesta manera. No?
Sí, partit molt atractiu, evidentment. Un Girona-Barça en aquestes circumstàncies, lluitant per la segona plaça, doncs és sempre atractiu i és bonic, i després doncs, vital per nosaltres. Ens ho prenem doncs, com gairebé una final, perquè al final, doncs, si guanyem, ens posaríem a 5 punts. És un partit transcendent per la classificació i ens donaria moltíssim per aconseguir aquesta segona plaça, que per nosaltres és important de cara a l'any vinent.
Avui sabíem una petita variant a l'11, com a mínim pel que fa a jugadors, 4 migcampistes, no sé si busques una miqueta més de control avui.
Bé, control i d'alguna manera jugar també entre línies, no? En Fermín, Gundogan, filtrar pilotes al quadrat. Normalment el Girona fa defensa de 5, veurem el que fa avui en defensa, però nosaltres volem control, volem domini, volem defensar bé, en fi, volem tenir la pilota el màxim de temps possible i això passa pels migcampistes, sí.
Well, the last question in English, what kind of game do you expect? What Girona do you expect for they are a final? Because if they win, they go to the Champions League. So what kind of game do you think that will happen today?
Yes, it's like a final for us because it's very important to take this second place in La Liga. So difficult match, difficult game. Girona is one of the best teams in this competition right now. So yes, a tough game, but we are ready.
Gràcies, Xavi.
Gràcies.
The words of Xavi Hernandez said first in Catalan that the change in the lineup, putting Fermín as a forward, it's because he wants a little bit more control in a game like we will see today between Girona and Barça.
Thank you very much, Marc. Yeah, the change, Xavi saying as well that he wanted players to be making runs in between the lines. Fermín's very good at that, making runs into the box as well. There's a comment here on the live chat, by the way, which I thought was funny, of Arian Dua that says, does Fermín run more than Gavi? Well, I mean, we ought to give Gavi a fair chance and be able to like, be on
the
the
other
pitch.
day he put the head same way Gavi did. So.
Exactly.
That is true.
Yeah. He's definitely been the Gavi that we've missed this season, Fermín. Well done to him. Of course, a magnificent goal the other day. Let's take a look at Girona's lineup in this game. It's a final for them. It's a final for us. Xavi has said, Girona were very good at the Olympic Stadium in Montjuic, and this is their starting lineup, which has just appeared on our screens with Gazzaniga in goal. System will vary, I think, depending on whether they have the ball, whether they don't.
Yeah.
We'll start with Eric Garcia as right back, David Lopez and Daley Blind in the middle, and Miguel as left back. But then when Girona have the ball, generally Miguel moves into midfield and then they defend with three.
Yep.
They've got Alex Garcia, Yangel Herrera and Ivan Martin as midfielders, Sigankov on the right, Savinho on the left, and the league's top scorer, Artem Dobvik, up front. Girona, just an impressive side this season. Maybe they've lacked a bit more consistency towards the end, but it's just so complicated to keep up, isn't
normal.
You can
like,
say that. You can say
yeah.
that about any team, I think, at the moment.
Yeah, I think the end of the season is always like long. We have seen it also with Las Palmas that they were outstanding in the first leg, and now they are losing a lot of games. But I mean, who would have said Girona was fighting for Champions League right
No
now?
one.
It's impressive.
Literally.
Yeah.
And they were competing for the title at one
Yeah.
point as well.
Oh, of course,
It
yeah.
was
Well, when they
top
went
of the
into the
league.
Bernabeu and then
Yeah.
they lost at the Bernabeu, and they were fighting to try and win La Liga, but just a sensational season. Oh, we're very happy for Girona whenever they do well. Today we're going to support Barça, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, just a very consistent team at home especially. They've lost just one game at home, which was against Real Madrid.
Yeah. No, they're definitely a team that's come in surprise. You know, they beat us in Montjuic. So they're definitely a team that has really come together, because you look at the lineup and you recognize a lot of the names, but you don't recognize, you know, enough to be, you know, top goal scorer of the league, to be competing for that second position, to be competing for the title.
Yeah.
It's an outsider, the underdog story that we all crave for sometimes, and they've done it this season, and it's honestly been, you know, applause to them because they've been outstanding.
And it's one of those teams as well, you can like take players out because of injury, suspension, whatever. They're always recognizable in the way they play
Yeah,
as well.
I think that's the biggest victory of Girona and Mitchell, like the way they do it. Like we talk it a lot here in Barça, like we don't only want to win, we also want to win in certain way. And I think Girona has managed that. And also that brings you an extra thing, because when the team, the players were injured, they were playing the same way, and that approached Girona to win more games.
Right, well, I said that Girona are doing very well at home this season. They've lost just one game, but Barça have done well at Montilivi in the past. Have not conceded a goal in La Liga games at Montilivi. 3 wins out of 3 games. And I have prepared a little game for you guys,
Okay.
which is
Let's see.
past scorers at Montilivi.
Okay.
Let's look at the first secret player. Guess the player. Girona Barça edition. There we go. This is from the 18-19 season. Season in which we won La Liga. We won 2-0 that day. Irati Vidal, this one is for
I
you.
can see with the light there.
Of course, live chat, take part in this one as well. See if you can help, Irati. It was a 2-0 win that day.
I have no
and I'm
clue.
going to say I'm going to give you a clue. It's an unlikely scorer.
That's 2 seasons ago, you said?
18-19. So a user called Bacon Egg says Coutinho, no. Imposter 2.0 says Messi, no.
No, the face, look.
Yeah, I know.
Mojo says Dembele, no. Adzan says Ansu Fati, no.
Unlikely score. Like-
Unlikely scorer. I'm going to give you one clue. It's a defender. Papi says player is Fermin. No, because in the 18-19 season,
18-19.
Fermin was not playing.
He
This
wasn't born yet.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. This is 5 seasons ago. 5 seasons ago. Hey, Mosey
have no
M1
clue.
has the right answer.
I
I
have
feel like I should
literally
know
no
this.
clue.
Hello, okay, says Piqué. Okay, this was a right back, Irati Vidal.
We've got many.
Dante Molina says Junior Firpo. No.
Semedo?
Corpus
No,
says,
was-
there you go.
Yeah, Semedo?
The correct answer and Mosey had it, is Nelson Semedo.
Oh,
Scored
Good
one of his
job.
only goals as a Barca player at the Montilivi Stadium. So congrats to AMG Fila as well, who got
I mean,
that
I needed
one
a lot
right.
of clues for this one.
Answers were
Usually-
all over the
Because usually the hair gives it away as
board,
well.
Yeah.
Musa said Semedo as well. Right, next one. Let's take a look at the next secret player, and this one is for Alex Ibaceta.
Let's see.
This is from the previous season.
Okay.
I think it's a little bit easier.
That was.
Yeah.
That would.
Looks a
I
little
would
bit
say.
easier. It's a 3-0 win
Yeah.
from 6 years ago in the 2017-2018 season. And I
Luchito.
reckon the
I
live
mean, the
chat will...
celebration.
I think I
There.
was Luchito. Can't be anyone else, can it?
By the way, Mojo says, why don't you guys do these shows for every game anymore? Yes, we do. We have been since March. Since March. But we've been here since March. Everyone on the live chat has got it right.
Yeah. Luchito.
Luchito. Well,
I mean, the
let's reveal it.
celebration
It was
was-
this one was an easy one.
It
This
was-
was just an easy one.
I mean, if I messed that up, I had to leave. I would have had to
The
leave.
correct answer is, of course, Luis Suarez. 2 own goals by Girona that day, and Luis Suarez scored third for Barça. Right, let's do the final one, the final secret player. This one's for both of you.
Okay.
From last season, a 1-0 win.
Pedri?
Yeah, I was going to say that, but I don't remember the game.
1-0 win. This was in the stretch in January, February, when we kept winning all those 1-0
And
games.
Pedri was key there. It has to be Pedri. Yeah, it's Pedri.
You guys are going Pedri?
Yeah.
I'm going to let some of the answers come in. Imposter 2.0 is going Pedri. Slimy's going Gavi. VJ is going Gavi. Nenorami going Pedri. Aditya going Pedri. Global Enterprise going Lewandowski. Klaus going Ansu Fati. Aditya going... oh, I said it this one, Aditya. It's a split between Pedri's and Gavi's on the live chat.
I mean, makes sense.
They look similar.
I know.
Let's reveal the answer. Did you guys get it right?
Yes.
Good work. Good teamwork. Good teamwork, guys.
I like this.
Right, there he is, Pedri. There he is on our screens right now. He is not in the starting lineup today. Shall we take a look at the starting lineup? Can we get a bit of tense music from our sound tech Jordi? Jordi Alvadalejo. There we go. Right, it's a final. Xavi said it. Xavi says
We
it.
treat it like
It's
it.
got to be a final. We need to treat it like it. Girona Barça, the Catalan derby, the battle for second position. Whoever wins today will have a better chance of ending second. Girona fighting to secure the Champions League spot next season. Barça want to go 5 points ahead of Girona heading into the final stretch of the season, the final 4 games. Our lineup for this game with Marc-Andre ter Stegen in goal, Jules Koundé, Araujo, Cubarsí and Cancelo at the back. No changes there. Changes in midfield though. Andres Christensen, Gundogan, Sergi Roberto is introduced into the lineup, and Fermin will start also. So 4 midfielders. Xavi looking for a bit more control. And up front, Lamine Yamal on the right, and Robert Lewandowski coming off of the hat-trick that he scored against Valencia just on Monday. Like a while ago, it was on Monday. And Marc Brau is ready, so let's go right to him. Marc, you've got a quiz for us, right?
Hello, how are you? I have a quiz and I have better weather than last Monday. It's incredible to have this feeling, to be in this incredible sunny afternoon here in Girona, very different as the rainy day that we had in Montjuic last Monday. I have a question, I have quiz, but for that time, Robert, I won't ask anything to you because you talk with Robert Lewandowski, exclusive content that we can follow in Barça 1, exclusive interview with Robert Lewandowski, who scored a hat-trick against Valencia. So maybe we have a special Robert Lewandowski quiz edition. So all questions will be about Robert Lewandowski. Remember that you can play with us in our chat. So my first question, let's go to Irati. Irati, I don't know if you watched the interview between Robert Van Eyck,
Not yet,
our
not
incredible
yet.
host, and Robert Lewandowski, because in this interview, I remember that they talk about that game. Which team did Lewandowski score his first goal as a Barça player? Against who? Valladolid, Real Sociedad, and Rayo Vallecano. Irati.
I have no clue. Oof. I don't know, I go
Irati, we were doing Barça Live last season for these games.
I mean, it cannot be Valladolid because they were not in La Liga last year.
Yeah, they were. He scored against Valladolid.
They were then. I will say Valladolid. Is he checking the answer?
Well, Mark's checking the live chat. Let's see. Mark, Irati's going with Valladolid. I think we may have an issue here that Marc Brau isn't listening to us.
He was shocked
Oh,
by
we've
my
lost
answer.
him. We've lost him. Oh, he's all right. Mark,
He's back.
I'm here.
Irati went with Valladolid.
What did Irati say? It was correct
Valladolid.
No, Real Sociedad. Real Sociedad. Real Sociedad.
I
is
have
the
no
right
memory. I'm
answer.
not Robert. Robert remembers everything. I don't.
So let's go to the second question. If this is important, I want you to play with the thumbs up, thumbs down, and also in our chat. Maybe a little bit crazy question, but it makes sense. So, has Lewandowski scored more goals than Andres Iniesta? If you think it's yes, thumbs up. No, thumbs down, or same. You can put an equal signal. So, Alex, more, less, or same? What do you think?
This is a hard one. I feel like it's a trick question, but I'm gonna go for no.
I think Mark may have lost us again, but
He doesn't
Alex,
want to
you're
listen to
going
the
with a
answers.
no. I think in the meantime, while Mark gets the call going again, lots of people going with the answer number 2, which is same.
I mean,
Which would be
Iniesta
the
played
tricky
more
one.
games, but he didn't score that much.
I was
He
gonna
not
say
a goal
this season.
scorer.
Yeah, I know, because then
Yeah.
Lewa has had a really
Yeah.
good run of score, but then Iniesta, it's just the time
Yeah.
that Iniesta has been there versus the short. It's a hard one.
Let's reveal it.
Let's see.
reveal it. Correct answer
So-
is
I have the correct answer because I don't have more time, guys.
There we go.
It's no.
Yes.
He
Iniesta
always-
scored 1 goal more than Lewandowski. So if
Wow.
Lewandowski scored
Okay.
today, if Lewandowski scores today, he will equal Andres Iniesta with 57 goals. This is an incredible number, of course, by Andres Iniesta, but
Already.
in a lot of seasons, Robert Lewandowski only in 2 seasons, and we haven't finished the last one. So let's go with the last question, and I will go also with the answer because I don't have enough time, and I want to give you always my secret numbers. But you can know and you can play, of course, and if you don't know this, you have to watch this interview between Robert Barreca and Robert Lewandowski, exclusive contest at Barça 1 after he reached the number of 50 goals. Which is Lewandowski's favorite goal with Barça? Against Villarreal, Super Cup against Real Madrid, an incredible volley goal, or Valladolid, a backheel goal. So while you're thinking in that goal, I'm gonna think that maybe all those 3 goals are very good scored by Robert Lewandowski. But if you watch the interview between Robert Barreca and him, he said it's Villarreal. This is the goal that Robert Lewandowski take as the favorite. So right now we can listen to the Catalan anthem because we have here the president of our government here in the vibe position. So I don't listen to you guys, but I want to follow with what we are talking about. So I will give you my secret numbers. Just 5 minutes to start the game. I have these numbers. I don't know if you want to see the screens, but I will say what these numbers are. My secret numbers for today are 99, 4, and 107. I have to say that number 4, we know the answer because Robert, you said all the players that score here in Montilivi in 3 games played for the moment. You said these 4 players are Luis Suarez, Leo Messi, Nelson Semedo, and Pedri. But what other numbers are? So 99s are goals scored this season. This season in all competitions, Barça scored 99 goals. So with 1 goal, we will reach 100 goals official. And the last number, 107, what is this number? Kilometers between Stadio Olímpic Youth Camp in Montjuic and this is Stadium Montilivi. Is the closest game in the league. The close difference between kilometers between Barcelona and Girona, more than an hour, more or less, the difference between Montjuic and here in Montilivi. So I will go behind goal to the position. The game is about to start. So stay tuned here in Barça Live with Robert, Alex, Irati. I will give back the connection. Sorry for all this speech, but I don't listen to you, so I decided to go on.
He's had enough of
good,
us.
good. Mark, just,
I love that.
thumbs up to Mario Brau. Just went for it. Thank you, thank you. Round of applause for Mario Brau. Round of applause for Mario Brau. I mean, he had communication problems with us.
And he went
Look
for
at the
it.
clap emoji on the live chat. Right.
He's the Gabi of us.
Yeah, exactly. He's the one who
Honestly,
runs.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, who's the talker on Barca? I don't know.
I
who's
don't
the
know,
best.
but the intensity is there.
Yeah, the intensity is
The
definitely
intensity.
there. Right, Mark has done his quiz and his secret numbers. Some of you may be missing one of our regulars on this show, Spencer Siegel. Well, he's at Montilivi. He's being a hooligan today at the Montilivi Stadium, and I think he sent us a video. So why don't we take a look at what Spencer has to say?
Good afternoon, Barça Live crew. I missed you guys. Robert, Irati, Alex. I'm hoping for a very cordial day today. You asked me at the end of the show on Monday against Valencia who I was rooting for. And my hope is that everybody has fun today, which I think we will. You included, us included over here. And at the end of the day, both Barça and Girona are going to the Champions League. So why not just enjoy the day, right? Word on the street is that I will be back to check in with you at halftime and at the end of the game. And we'll all be either very happy or very sad or very indifferent. So let's have fun. Talk to you guys soon. See ya.
Well, we'll talk to Spencer Siegel at halftime live from the Montilivi stadium. Hope he has a good time. I hope we all have fun with this game. Right. 2 minutes and a half to go. I think it's time for score predictions. Live chat, let us know yours. What do you think the score will be today? I'll be reading out some of your answers, so give us some good ones. Irati Vidal,
I went 1-2 for Barça because I think it's a really difficult stadium to win. You said it before, only Real Madrid has beaten Girona at their stadium this season, so I think it's going to be a hard game, but in the end, 3 points that are traveling to Barcelona.
Alex.
I went for 1-3. So there's a story. So on my taxi on the way here, we were talking about the match with the taxi driver, obviously.
Oh, really?
And I told him, I was like, what's your prediction? And he asked me mine. And then we were talking, I was very pessimistic about this match. Being a Barça fan, you kind of have to be sometimes. And he's like, no, let's be optimistic. So I promised him that I would say the prediction that we agreed on as a very optimistic prediction. So I went for 1-3.
I see that. I think we're going right to the end of the season without you having your photo on the graphic.
I know. I need to. It should have been today with this kit on.
It should have been today. We should have taken it today.
One.
Anyway, I am going with the same prediction as Marc Brau, which is a 2-0 win for Barca. We've never conceded at Montilivi in La Liga. Let's keep it that way. I mean, it'll be tough. It'll be tough against the Girona side, who are very good on the attacking end. But we'll talk about the numbers between Girona and Barça because they're very similar this season in La Liga. The players are on the pitch. Let's take a final look at the lineup for this game, which includes... Oh, wait a minute. No. I said I was going to read some of your answers on the live chat. Let's see what you're predicting for this game. Let's see on the live chat.
You have it here?
Back on here.
2-2.
I can see a 2-1 Barca win from Argia Deep. Alia going 3-0 Barca win. Who else have we got here on the live chat? They've got 2-2 from Premier Peak. I've got a 3-1 from CNST. I'm hoping that's a Barca 3-1. Who else have we got? Got a 2-2 from Goofy Dog. Girona 2-5? No. That's not the kind of scores we want. We want good Barca results. What is wrong here? Manuel Munoz, 4-0 Barca win. There we go. That's the thing. That's the one we're looking for. Right. Lineup. Barca with Ter Stegen in goal. Koundé, Araujo, Cubarsí and Cancelo at the back. We've got Christensen, we've got Sergi Roberto, we've got Gundogan, and we've got Fermin in midfield. Up front, it is Lamine Yamal and Robert Lewandowski. And out of that starting 11, I want to ask you guys on the live chat and you guys here on the couch, who is going to be the key player for Barca today? One in each line. I've got Cubarsí playing against Girona. He played in the Girona youth categories. Got Fermin, scorer against Valencia. Energetic player. There's a debate. Fermin or Gavi run more. And Robert Lewandowski coming off of his hat-trick.
I have it clear. It's Fermin. I think he has been key in the last matches, like coming out from the bench, also being in the first lineup. And I love his energy. I think that's what Barca needs today in Montilivi. So I think he will be the key player.
Alex.
I'm going to go for Lewandowski. I think his confidence is in the right place at the moment. I think he can really energize a player like Fermin, a player like Lamine, and kind of, be that contagious confidence and happiness and an energetic player that we want him to be. So I think Lewa, apart from scoring, I think he's going to be quite important to keeping that front line happy.
Few answers from the live chat to that question. Rimusha says, I miss Pedri. Well, so do we, but come on in the second half. Klaus going 3, which is Lewandowski. Alia going 2, which is Fermin. Furmanito going 1, which is Cubarsí. So it's all across the board here. Got Julia D going Fermin. Dean going Fermin as well. Giles going Lewandowski, GG going Lewandowski, Bacon Egg going Kubarsi. All across the board here with the what people think. Maybe Lamine Yamal as well. We'll see. Maybe Sergio Roberto as well. He's been doing well in the second half of the season in midfield. The game is about to start. Girona will have the first possession and the ball is rolling. Barca playing in the yellow kit with the 4 red stripes, the Catalan kit, and Girona playing, of course, in their traditional red and white stripes with blue shorts and attacking towards the right-hand side of our screens. Barca attacking towards the left. First possessions for Girona. Barca with the attempt to recover possession here now. Lamine Yamal gets knocked over in midfield. There's no foul there. Gigankov will play on the right. By the way, guys, haven't had a chance to promote Barca 1. Well, I want to ask, raise your hand if you have registered to Barca 1. If you have watched our live shows, you know what you can find on Barca 1, because it's very easy to register. You've got a link on the live chat which you just click on. Easy peasy. Submit your your registry, your information, and you're in. It's free. It's absolutely free. So
and I think the best is like you can have it in your phone. So maybe you are in the train and you're just watching some Barca shows.
Exactly.
You can watch your Lewandowski interview.
Yeah.
Exactly. Very soon coming to your smart TVs as well. And, of course, all the content that you can find. Well, as I said, live shows, matches from the past, documentaries. And have you watched that Lewandowski interview yet? Have you watched it yet? I'm going to get angry if you don't. I mean, it's good content. Lewandowski talking about the craft of being a striker, his love for the club. We ranked his goals as well. We viewed his first 50 goals for Barca and did a top 5. He himself selected them. Very entertaining. Lewandowski, just a nice guy.
How was it to interview him?
Very nice, very professional. What you expect from a professional player. He just comes in, says hello, sits down. Very amicable in the conversation, and then he went off, did his thing. I mean, it's not like we sat there for 2 hours and chatted.
Was this before or after hat
He
trick?
was very professional, and there's some interesting things that he said there.
That's interesting. It was before or after the hat trick? Maybe it was you.
It was before. We recorded this content some time ago. It was closer to when he scored the 50 goals. And then there was one thing that we had to edit out, because Robert Lewandowski, when I asked him, what's one of your next challenges? Well, I asked him, I was, careful here, the shot on the goal!
Vamos!
Yes! Barca take the lead in it. Andres Christensen! Vamos!
Vamos!
That is a good start.
What a start! Woo! And what a goal by
Not the
Andres
goal scorer
Christensen.
that we would have guessed.
Yeah.
Amazing stuff, vamos!
What a finish.
Andres Christensen.
He scores really good goals when he does.
Yeah, well, I mean, he scores goals apparently now. He scored in Paris, scored at the Bernabeu. He's scoring at the big stadiums right now against the big teams.
Oh, the pass.
Pass by Lamine Yamal. And what?
What a finish.
Is he a striker now?
Look at that control.
So the pass by Lamine Yamal is amazing. He controls with his chest, with his back to goal,
off the
turns,
volley.
and on the volley,
Off the volley.
scores down low, out of
Mia.
reach for Gazzaniga.
That is
Marc Brau.
That is a striker's finish.
Yeah.
That is a striker's finish. Marc Brau, candidate for goal of the season?
Maybe. I didn't want to
Slept
say,
with it.
I have bad news for you. Bad news for you. I have bad news for you.
Dobvik has scored. Artem Dobvik,
so
the
this
league's
is
top
gonna
scorer,
be-
scored and Girona equalised
Shocking.
right after. We haven't even had a chance to
No,
celebrate.
we
Yeah. 3 minutes.
Well, that's back to the start of the game.
Well, yeah.
Roller
Exactly.
coaster.
Well, I'm out for guess the score as well. Artem Dobvik has just scored. Mark, it's too much happening.
I said bad news because I remember. Yeah, I know that you watch the images 5 or 6 seconds after I see the goal. So it's because I said bad news. So 20 goals this season by Artem Dobvik. Today we have a battle between top strikers. Robert Lewandowski 16 goals and Artem Dobvik. So You said, Robert, that Barça didn't receive any goal here in Montilivi in all history. So we have now the first goal received here in Montilivi. But okay, after that goal, I want just to say for Andreas Christensen goal, that was absolutely amazing. That's the first goal scored that it's not a header, because the other ones, the first one against Betis was a header, against Paris Saint-Germain was a header, against Bernabeu was a header. So maybe, I don't know if it's the goal of the season, but it's maybe the best goal that Andreas Christensen scored with Barca shirt. But it's a pity that only a few seconds after Andreas Christensen scored, Dobbik scored the 20th goal of the season. Incredible numbers by the Ukrainian player in the first season in La Liga.
Yeah. Right, well, thank you, Mark. We'll come back to you in a second. I just want to say, on the live chat, Faisal, I feel you. He said, what happened? I'm just trying to process everything. 1 minute we're talking about the Lewandowski interview. Then
everything happened within
scores,
a span of
Artem
10
Dobbik
minutes.
scores. It's 1-1. Barca scored first. Barca took the lead. Girona immediately equalised, and we're back to level terms. 5 minutes played. We haven't even had a chance to ask who the first scorer is going to be. That's out the window.
Who's going to be the third one?
Anyway, I mean, I just want to go back to
Rewind
to the Lewandowski Christensen in goal. That was amazing stuff.
Like,
That
I
was-
think
that was
the pass,
genuinely-
it's just amazing, because like that breaks everything, but the control is not easy.
Yeah,
And
no.
more for a defender.
Yeah.
Like he is, and then the ball,
No.
he doesn't even let the chance the ball go down.
A chest control
Yeah.
up when he jumps, chest control down, and then off the half turn he hits it on a volley, hits it perfectly into the low far corner. Outstanding, absolutely outstanding.
And then, of course, well, one of the issues that Barca have had this season in different games, you score and almost immediately you let the you leave the door open for the team to the opponent team to come back in.
And that's exactly what happened. That was a free header as well, so just there's no excuse for that, essentially.
Here is Sergio Roberto Gundogan on the turn. The shot saved by Gazzaniga. Whew, what a game.
Okay.
We have to try it with those shots long distance,
So-
because
so
they are giving spaces for Barca.
Maybe that 2-5 wasn't too far off.
No, exactly. Well, they were predicting it in favour of Girona, which I don't like, but I mean...
There was one in favor of Barca.
There was
too.
one.
Oh, okay, okay.
Someone did say in
Yeah.
favor of Barca.
Okay.
We can go for that one.
Well, I see lots of people filling the live chat with blue and red hearts, so why don't... there we go. Here we go, a chance! Oh!
What's happening?
What's happening in this game? Fermin, the run into the box. He got a touch and sent it over the crossbar. The cross by Lamine Yamal, who already assisted Christensen. It's a wonderful cross by Lamine Yamal.
That
the
would be
goal
great.
mode.
I did say the first 5 minutes of the match was going to be decisive. I didn't actually think.
Apparently.
I didn't think.
Blue and red hearts, guys, on the live chat. I'm going to go ahead and do it as well. I can't really take my eye off the game all that much, because there's just so much happening. But see if I've got enough time to do this. Blue and red hearts, blue and red hearts. Barca recover the ball.
Be careful here.
Careful here. Girona have a chance with Savinho on the left, setting it up for Miguel. Shot blocked.
What a start, guys.
And what a start, Madro. I mean, there's just one comment here from Pavel that says 1-1, how fast this is. Mark, it's electric.
Yeah, on the season, it has to be. It has to be the game with more goals in the first minute by Barca, but it's not only the goals. This incredible attempt made by Fermin, of course, is a shoot by Gundogan. I have to say that it's a pity that Barca received the goal, because Barca is very well positioned in the field. All the players in Girona plays, and we have to say that it's not so easy to score here in Montilivi. Girona is the best local team in 2024 here at home. Only one draw conceded. The other games played were victories for Girona.
Here's Fermin gliding forward, setting it up for Sergio Roberto Lewandowski. He's going to feed it out wide to Joao Cancelo, who can put in a cross outside of his right boot. No, ball up in the air after the block. Cancelo into Sergio Roberto. I have to say that Barca are looking sharp when up front. Here's a nice through ball by Pau Cubarsí. Christensen trying to feed it back to Fermin inside the box. Intense recovery by Sergio Roberto. Fermin's knocked over and Girona clear. There's a concept here on the live chat, by the way, that I'd never heard of before, but I'm quite a fan of. The Titans criticising both teams, so that's why I'm reading it out. It says Bluetooth defending from both teams. Well, I mean, it is favouring the show though, because there's been opportunities for both teams, and it's the kind of game that spectators are going to enjoy.
I mean, it's two teams that they like to attack, and that they have been suffering in this part of the season with defense.
Have you ever heard of Bluetooth
No,
defending?
never.
No, first one.
No. Contactless. Yeah, good. Enjoy it. Right, well, I see lots of blue and red hearts. Keep them coming. Some love for Barca. I think
Barca's playing
spite
well,
of-
despite
exactly,
that goal.
Despite the goal, Barca have started well, I'd say. You've got
Yeah.
the Christensen goal, you've had the Gundogan shot, you've had
Fermin
Fermin
opportunity.
as well, making the run, now
Yeah.
playing in Girona's half. Most of the time has been played in
The
that
energy
half.
that
Now
we're
the long
showing
switch
is-
to Cancelo. It looked like an awful cross, but it was well-intentioned.
The energy that we're showing to try to get that second goal immediately is really good.
Yeah, also the ball is moving fast, because sometimes we complain like we have the ball, but the players don't move.
Yeah.
Today.
There's intensity to get actually in front of goal and not just pass the ball around.
Lamine Yamal, Christensen on the
And
edge of the box.
Christensen.
Yeah, look at Christensen, how far forward he's playing. Amin Koundé trying to get around the defender. Marc, Barca playing in Girona territory for most of these first 10 minutes.
Yeah, and I have to say that maybe is one of the best first minutes this season. Instead, we considered a goal. I think that maybe it's one of the best first part of the games that we have seen all the season. Remember what happened in the game against Girona in Montjuic, that Dopic scores first. But today Barca is very good. So take care with this action. No.
Careful
We'll see
here,
right
the
now.
shot line.
J. Roberto had an important shoot. It's out. It's out. But I have to say that the most important thing for today, for me, it's the pressure. The way that Barca's pressure, it's giving any spaces to Girona, that it's a team who played very well from the behind, has important players with the ball in the foot, for example, Eric Garcia, we know him very well, and Barca has a big pressure, and Girona is very uncomfortable in the field, instead of the 1-1. I mean, I don't know if you agree with me.
Yeah, no, definitely. Barca are pressing well. Inside of Girona's half, recovering quickly.
Yeah.
And look, as I said before, sharp in finding those connections close to the box. I mean, I can't think of many games this season in which Barca have created 4 clear opportunities within the first 12 minutes.
Yeah. It's amazing, and I agree with Mark, because you see that Girona has to force to go from defense to attackers, because there's no midfielders. Barca is well positioned there. They are pressing well, and I think that's the biggest difference with the game we play against Girona in the first leg.
Girona have just given away a corner kick, and we're very good at corners now. We have a question on our screen. Who will be the next goal scorer for Barca? Because, I mean, at this rhythm, there's going to be a next goal. Lamine Yamal, Lewandowski, Fermin, Irati.
Stick with Fermin.
Alex?
I'll go with Lewa.
I'll go with Lewandowski as well, off of this corner kick. Number two. Marbrau, next Barca goal. Who will score?
I'm going with Fermin.
Okay, 2 Fermins, 2 Lewandowskis. That means it'll be Lamine Yamal.
Yeah.
Or Araujo, who knows. Right, here comes the corner kick, the header by Lewandowski. Last touch came off of Eric Garcia.
He's grown out his hair.
Yeah, I was going to say the same.
I was thinking the same. Right, so another corner kick here with Gundogan. Taking it from the left-hand side. 2 consecutive corners.
Fermin is not in the best position to score.
No.
No, maybe a
I
back
want you,
heel
Fermin, to
from
go
there.
inside the box. Fermin, go inside the box, Fermin, please. I'm very close to him. Fermin, please, inside the box.
In comes the cross by Gundogan, long to the far post. The header! That's gone in, didn't it? Did it not go in?
We start with
Did it
this
not go
kind
in?
of thing.
What?
In comes the cross by Lamine Yamal, another
They're
header.
saying that the ball
Bar?
is in.
Is the ball in?
Well, I mean,
Lewandowski saying Hernandez, the referee. Hernandez said we have to wait to the bar, but the bar said there's no goal.
Okay.
And
have a look.
I think it's clear that the ball is not inside all the ball. Yeah, I think it's good.
No,
it's
it's not even close. Not even close. I mean, Gazzaniga clears it off the line, but the ball is like,
it's on the line.
80% out,
Yeah.
and 20% on the line.
It's
It
on
hadn't
the
even
line.
tried to go. But
Yeah.
very good chance there for Lewandowski, Alex. We almost got it right there.
Almost. Rafinha's not here, so I can't
Oh,
say
it was
Rafinha
Christensen. It
anymore.
was Christensen, sorry.
I know.
Going for a
He
brace.
started the season as a defender, went to midfield, and now there's the goal scorer of the team.
Yeah. Feel like it may be a bit too ambitious to ask on the live chat on our graphic there, will Christensen score 2 goals today?
Yes.
We may be overdoing
He
it.
started like he could.
I think if we're good at corners now, I think Christensen has
Yeah.
like more of an opportunity to score now.
I mean, Mark, the other day, Xavi was very satisfied with like the strategy work of the team, with the set pieces, with creating opportunities off of the corners, and we're doing it again. Just that chance came off of the corner.
Yeah, and Xavi had also important words for one of his assistant coach, Sergio Alegre, who is the main assistant who takes care about this kind of actions. You know that in modern football, this kind of actions usually is not for the head coach. It's the other assistants coach who are working with this also in the training sessions and also in the games. And we have to say that maybe it's one of the best seasons, not only in goals, but also in goals. 18 goals from these actions. 5 were penalty goals, but 9 by corner, 2 free kicks and 2 actions that it's like a cross, for example, for an indirect kick. So I think that they're good numbers for a team like Barça, who always suffer more than take good actions in that kind of things.
Well, there are Andreas Christensen's statistics from this game so far, with 9 successful passes, the 1 goal, 2 duels won, 2 recoveries, and 2 chances already. One went in and the other one almost did off of that corner kick. Now careful, because Girona are on the move here. The through ball intercepted by Jules Koundé.
The way Koundé is ending the season.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Right back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's the eternal debate, isn't there, about whether a player like Jules Koundé should be playing at right back, and does he like playing at right
Yeah,
back?
but he's
I think
good.
he's now sort of accepted it.
Yeah. He's grown into
thriving
confidence in that role. Yeah.
And
His confidence levels are through the roof right now. The way he intercepted that, it was a pass into the box, and he intercepted by stepping up. And not only, it's not one of the defenders that you intercept it and then you give it away to someone else. No. He has the confidence to carry the ball forward and not leave it at that. So that is quite impressive.
Christian Stuani not available for this game today for Girona. We've got him on our screens right now. He scored against Barça in the game at Montjuic. Now Girona trying to attack fast here through Ivan Martin after the recovery. Of course, Girona, a very dangerous team when close to the opponent's box. Here's Savinho in front of Jules Koundé. Savinho taking it to his left. The cross looking for the far post. Angel Herrera to Dobvik. The shot, the volley. Sikankov, and it took a deflection. It's a corner kick for Barça.
That was, that probably should have gone
This team
inside.
is so dangerous. Second chance there for Girona. And it's a
Well
double
blocked.
block.
Yeah,
Kubasi.
by-
So it's a party right now at the stadium. It's a party because it's one of the first actions after Girona goal that the fans can try to say something for the team, because all the minutes were with Barça playing in Girona school.
Also, they are dangerous in corners.
Yeah.
Oh, they're taking it short right now. Savinho looking for a chance to cross. In comes the delivery. Can Barça clear? Yes. Now, is there an opportunity to run? Yes, there is, because Cancelo won the duel there with Ivan Martin. He's going to switch it over to the left for Fermin, who's going to let it bounce. Fermin has Aleix Garcia in front of him. An opportunity to
space.
slow down, but Gundogan tries to take it forward. Pickpocketed.
He didn't have anyone.
Girona recovers the ball. Now Lamine working. There's a free kick. Manuel, it's important also not to drop points today, because what would dropping points mean?
I don't know if you're reading my mind, Robert, but I was thinking about this thing exactly. I just checking the score of Real Madrid this afternoon. Real Madrid won 3-0 to Cadiz. So if Barca won't have a victory today, Real Madrid will be in an hour champions of the league. So Barca needs to win. If Barca wants to be a little bit alive, we have to say that's very difficult, maybe impossible. But if Barca don't win today, the title will be trouble to Madrid today.
So if this ends in a draw, Real Madrid are champions. Barca, of course, would stay in second position. But of course, the the league would be over, basically. It
I
is
was
essentially over.
I was
but
doing my numbers yesterday, and I think Real Madrid has to lose 4 games
yes,
in order Barca to win the league.
Yeah.
I just want to say, I was doing the math, well, careful, because Barca has the ball now. Young Phil wins it back. I was doing some numbers today as well, and I thought, well, if Barca wins all of the remaining games, careful here, because Girona are in transition with Savinho. Koundé did well to defend him. Now Araujo making himself available to clear the ball. Long ball by Araujo straight to Gazzaniga. I was doing the numbers as well. And if Barca were to win the final 5 games, including this one, that would be 88 points in La Liga. And 88 points used to be enough to win.
Yeah.
So, and we'd be thinking about this being an absolute disaster. I think what the anomaly here is what Real Madrid have done, losing just 1 game. You do have to say, and it pains me to say it, hats off because of that. They've just lost. They've been very consistent. They've lost just 1 game, losing some of the key players this season, and
their season was meant to be
very little you
over
can
in the
do when
sense
your opponent is doing, is putting up those kind of numbers.
Definitely. When they had all the injuries to their starters, you kind of thought, okay, maybe they won't be the force that they've always been in terms of the consistency and the mentality that they have. But no. They've done it again.
They've done it again. But anyway, let's focus on this game. Let's focus on this battle with Girona. The rhythm has sort of slowed down, the rhythm of the game. I mean, it felt electric at the beginning. It's sort of normal. It's been a couple of minutes now without a chance.
It felt like the beginning was like last 10 minutes of a final, like both want to score and the one extra time.
Here's Cancelo trying to go deep. In front of him is Eddie Garcia. Cancelo gets past him, back to Lewandowski.
Oh, what a play.
On the edge of the box, Sergi Roberto back to Christensen. Barca precise in their passing at the moment. Barça, Girona defending tight. Barça switch over to Jules Koundé. Stuff that I want to ask the live chat, but it never feels like the appropriate moment because Barca are attacking once again. Crossed by Gundogan over Sergi Roberto, who's going to win it back for Barca. It's Cubarsí. Cubarsí. Now, Cancelo. Sergi Roberto. Switch over to Lamine Yamal. Barca containing Girona in their own half. I'm enjoying what Marbrau said before, the press, the quick recoveries, not really allowing Girona out of their own half, creating opportunities off of it. Here's Lamine Yamal trying to get inside. His pass took a deflection. Koundé picks it up again on the right-hand side. Barca looking for a way in. Let's see.
I mean, Cubarsí is taking the position of number 10 right now in terms of where he is on the pitch, which doesn't really make any sense. That's how high we're playing.
Look at the amount of players in the final third. Now Cancelo trying to take it to his right. All nicked away by Eddie Garcia.
Yeah.
Now the referee's going to call the free kick by Cancelo on Eddie. But Mark, I mean, we're midway through the first half and almost, I would say 80% of the game has been played in Girona's half.
Yeah, I think it has to be that number. I don't know if it's exactly this 80%, but maybe, as I said, one of the best minutes of the first half of the season for Barca, because if you have seen all the Girona games, it's not normal that Girona is not having the ball more than 10-15 seconds. I mean, I don't remember any possession. For example, the goal, it was not only a big possession for Girona, it was like a direct action to Miguel Gutierrez and then the cross to the header of Artem Dobbik. Of course, the rhythm has fallen a little bit down, but I think that Barca is in a great shape and in a great moment trying to score the second goal. If you can see, Girona is trying to cut maybe the rhythm of the game with more faults. And I think that Barca is in a good way to reach the second goal.
Yeah, I mean, the best I think is like in the game, Girona is playing what Barca wants, and I think that's the most important thing because they feel uncomfortable on the field.
Yeah.
Here's Lamine Yamal. Back to Araujo, and there's Cubarsí. Think back to
And Cubarsí is playing closer to Gazzaniga
Yeah.
than Ter Stegen.
True. Thought that was a foul on Sergi Roberto now. Player down for Girona as Cancelo went in hard there. Foul on
Zeric.
Eric Garcia. Cancelo saying no le tocao.
Well,
Well, maybe a bit.
Slightly.
Slightly.
But
There was a previous shove by Yankel Herrera on Sergio Roberto. I was just going to say, just to put things into perspective, because it's useful sometimes to use these examples. Think back to the game at Montilivi. Montjuic. Pau Cubarsí had not made his debut.
and
Yeah.
was Lamine playing?
Lamine, yes. Lamine
Yeah.
started the season, yeah.
But not that often.
But here is Ivan
But
Martin
it came
inside.
from the bench.
Corey?
Lamine?
Lamine came for the bench in the game
yeah,
against Montjuic.
it was
So
Joao
come on,
Felix.
Lamine, come on.
Here he is. Come on, Lamine Yamal making the run forward, down the middle. He's got Lewandowski making the run. There goes the ball a bit too long. And I wonder if Lewandowski would have been offside.
He
Lewandowski
did
going-
like this. Yeah.
It's that little bit. But yeah,
I
no,
think-
I mean, Mark, that game between Barça and Girona at the Olympic Stadium, so much has happened in between. You say Lamine Yamal started from the bench that day, but he was playing regular minutes, let's say. Cubarsí, as I say, had not even made an appearance yet.
He was in the juvenil, no?
Maybe not.
But in fact, I have to say that Pau Cubarsí had an injury in the first part of the season, so he couldn't play, of course, with the Barça Athletic. So he had to be out of the pitch a lot of games, and then he started to play some games with Barça Athletic, 2 or 3 games. Then, of course, he helped Barça youth team in the Youth League, in UEFA Youth League. And then after all happened in January, the debut in Salamanca, and then 12 consecutive games in the lineup in the league. Incredible.
He has changed him, I
Yeah.
would say.
He's definitely
Without
changed.
him,
yeah.
No, because. Oh, careful here. The run in space. Ooh, would that be a
No
foul?
way.
Savino picks himself up, sets it up for Sigankov.
Oh,
Ter
what a
Stegen.
save.
Ter Stegen, vamos! Woo!
No,
That's
the
an
referee
amazing
said that
save.
it's foul. The referee
How?
said
Come
that
on, but if you call like to
it's a fault.
continue,
Referee stop the action.
you cannot do that.
But they
Stop the
continued.
action.
Oh,
I
did he
don't
stop the
understand this.
action?
If you continue the action,
Let's see the
yeah, stop
replay
the
1
action,
second.
because it's yellow card for Koundé. Okay, nothing to say because it's so clear. Yeah, Robert, it's clear the yellow card, but if you consider the other part of the action, you cannot go for behind.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So what I wanted to see in the replay is if we could see when the referee blows the whistle, because there's a clear foul. It's a yellow card for Koundé, yes. But Savino picks himself up and Girona have the chance
Almost
then.
scored,
So
yeah.
had
They
the whistle
continue-
been blown or
They
not?
continued.
Had the whistle been blown, is my question.
They continued. I mean,
Yeah.
they played as
They
if the
continued,
whistle,
but I don't know if play...
as if the whistle
Yeah.
hadn't gone. So
Well, if they continue and there was a whistle, then it's also yellow card for Savino.
Well, no, because I mean he wouldn't have heard it, but... Right, 28th minute. Let's make sure here that Girona don't score off of this set piece. Incoming cross too high. That's a
That was
weird thing.
weird.
That was, yeah.
By the way, Ter Stegen. If it had
great save.
counted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a great save. Because he threw himself the opposite direction and he saved it with his foot. So that was an absolutely great save.
And Barca want to play quick here because
Ooh.
Ter Stegen, with a goal kick, got it immediately up to the other half. Lewandowski was chasing. Girona dealt with it calmly.
Was
And
not
well.
easier, that save. Ter
No.
Stegen.
And there, I mean, I was going to highlight Jules Koundé's good first half as well,
Yeah.
but you see the threat of Savino.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'd say probably the award for best player of the season is going to go to a Real Madrid player, and I would say maybe deservedly. I don't know if it's Bellingham, if it's Vinicius, if it's Rodrigo. I don't really care. Savino would be the revelation of the league and one of the candidates to be best player.
Well,
of the
you
league,
have
I'd say.
Lamine and Cubarsí also, I
Yeah.
was thinking. But as Girona is also the revelation team, like, would make
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. It'd be an interesting
Yeah.
debate. Like Mark, if we were to give you 3 candidates for
Yeah,
revelation player of the season, Lamine Yamal, Pau Cubarsí and Savino, there's a debate.
It's difficult.
yeah. there's a debate, but of course, I know that Savinho has made an incredible season, but I think we have to put Dobbik, of course, in this action because Dobbik never played a top league, and he can be the top scorer. Okay, he's not as young as Savinho and Cubarsí, so I think we can separate the youngest, the young player and the revelation. Okay, I mean in the debates, but I think we cannot compare Lamine and Savinho with Dobbik. If you score 20 goals with Girona in the first season in a top league, I think you have to be the revelation player. But the youngest one, yeah, I have a debate, but I think that, okay, Savinho is incredible, but Savinho played a league with the trial in France, and of course in Netherlands. Lamine Yamal and Cubarsí, 16 years old.
Yeah.
They have to be one of our players.
No, it's definitely. I mean, both teams have clear candidates for that category. The revelation is the surprise of the season.
Yeah.
We've got a question for you guys, which is: will Barca score before half-time? 1 for yes, 2 for no, 3 for twice. 3 is the optimistic version of this. I might go with 1.
I stick with 1 too.
Should I just go for number 3 for fun?
Yeah.
I'll go 3 for fun.
Well, I mean,
to be fair, that would put my score prediction kind of to die.
The other day on Monday we had Spencer and Pablo here on the show, and we were doing will Lewandowski score a hat-trick towards the end of the game, and Pablo was sort of forced into a yes.
Yeah.
And
it turned out
he was right.
you have to trust. You have to trust.
You do.
I see some 1s in there. I see some 1s. Have we got any 3s? Let's see. Let me get the live
I mean,
track
at
going
least
here.
we will have a chance, that's for sure.
Yeah. I think Girona don't look as consistent in reaching our goal as much as Barcelona reaching theirs, but they do look really dangerous in the few opportunities that they're getting. So I would be surprised if neither side scores again.
Yeah. There's nothing there. Jordi going with 1, Brandon Waite going with 1, Julia D going with 1. Everyone hoping there for a Barca goal before half-time. Let's see. See Alia again going with the 3, insisting with the 3.
I've been really impressed with the ball recovery that Barca has been doing this.
It's Cancelo again inside the box. The header. Oh!
It was there.
There it was. Gundogan. Who knows what it is to score against Girona. What a chance.
How many clear chances?
No, but I think it was corner.
Yeah. Good.
Gazzaniga cleared the ball. Why is it not a corner?
What?
He touched.
No. It's in the crossbar.
No, it's
hit the crossbar. Hit the crossbar.
Wow.
Hit the crossbar. I thought Gazzaniga saved.
Yeah.
Couldn't be more clear.
Clear chances for Barca. Well, there it was. Gundogan.
And the cross by Cancelo. It was
Cancelo's doing really well down that right flank in the attacking sense.
He's not had a lot to do defensively. I think defensively, Girona are attacking down their left wing, so giving just Gunde to do a lot. But Cancelo has had a lot of space to go up, and especially with Fermin, as we said, Fermin is going to be more in the middle. So you give Cancelo that space to go down the wing. He's been utilising really well.
I think what Xavi has seen here is that. Or the team have seen on the pitch is that Eric Garcia is not a traditional right back. He's a centre back. Michel today is using Eric as the right back of this team. So I mean, he's just going to try and use the speed of Cancelo there and his ability to dribble, try and get past Eric as many times as possible.
And what is good, I think, is that Girona is attacking more on Koundé's side, and I think Koundé is stronger than Cancelo in defensive side, so that's also good for Barca.
Yep.
The alternatives for Girona at right back is Jan Couto, who's on the bench today. We'll see if he plays in the second half. Cancelo at the moment, 22 successful passes, 2 final third entries. That would be a third. I think the third one still needs to be counted. 2 recoveries as well. And he's just being a pain at the moment for Eddie Garcia. That was a good cross he put in for Ilkay Gundogan. Careful now. Savinho breaking through the middle. He's got options each side. Savinho to the edge of the box. Ivan Martin on the left. Savinho goes down, limits the options for Girona. Bailey Blind with the cross, and Cancelo does well to clear it away. Now, Mitchell frustrated with his team.
Yeah, because Barca is being confident also in defense.
Yeah.
10 minutes to go in this first half. It's 1-1. Christensen scored for Barca. Dobbik scored for Girona. It's definitely been an entertaining one. Plenty of chances. Barca have had some very good ones.
Yeah, I mean a crossbar, like there was another couple.
There was shots from Sergio Roberto,
Yeah.
from Gundogan.
Oh, what an improvised
The
ball.
Fermin opportunity as well. Off of the cross by Lamine Yamal. 10 minutes to go.
And look, like Barca is like pressing literally over
Yeah.
Gazzaniga, and that's what's making it difficult for Girona.
Now, high press from Barca. Didn't come to any effect, and Aleix Garcia was the one able
amazing.
to break the lines, but
Forced it?
Cancelo, once again recovering for Barca, now running forward and is fouled in midfield. Right.
Cancelo his
Yeah.
confidence today is amazing. Defensively, I mean more offensively than defensively, but the way he just took that and travelled forward was amazing.
Yeah, he was coming probably not from the best matches of the season, and today is looking very sharp.
Right, I'm just trying to send a question through here so that we can put it on our screens.
What?
Careful
What?
here,
Oh.
through ball.
Don't-
Another opportunity for Barca. It's
Oh.
cleared away by David Lopez.
Oh, that half volley would have been really nice.
But Barca understood that pretty well because Girona also defends pretty high,
Yeah.
and they are doing those crosses, like trying
Yeah.
to find the back of the defenders, and that's how it came the goal. What is true is that Spencer might be happy right now.
Yeah,
He's living his best life.
I think that Spence is having a whale of a time. Have you seen him, Mark, in the stands? Have you seen Spencer? Is he behaving?
No. He sent me a message. He sent me a message. He sent me a message just to know where's the place, because he's coming here every game of Girona, but he changes his seat every game. So
Oh, okay.
I asked him, where do you are, or where are you? Because I want to talk with you. I want to put you in the warm-up. But he said, I don't know what will have my place. So this is the reason, because we cannot talk with the Spencer in the warm-up action, and it's very, very full, the place. But I will respond him, because I have the message just with a photo in the place that he's right now. So I will search for him.
I hope he's behaving at least. Here's Barca in possession. Cancelo again attacking to the edge of the box. Cuts to his left, cuts to his right, could shoot. The shot by Cancelo is blocked down low by Eddie Garcia. Sergio Roberto keeps it alive inside of Girona's box, but the Girona defense managed to clear. And now Dobbik can't get around Araujo. Referee says play on as Dobbik was fouled by Araujo. Girona will get a throw-in out of this with
Yellow.
7 minutes
yellow
remaining.
card.
Yellow
I don't
card
understand
for
this.
Araujo.
I don't understand that yellow,
Yeah.
to be honest.
For grabbing Dobbik.
How bad is
Yeah.
Hernandez? It's not. It's not the same as the wine. The wine, it becomes better year by year, and Hernandez is the contrary thing. It's worse year by year. Just referee. Oh, incredible! How bad is he?
Right, well, let's focus on
We
positive
guess he
things.
didn't like the yellow.
Yeah, exactly. No, exactly. Let's focus on positive things after that yellow card to Araujo, which is, I want to ask you guys, what's your favourite thing about this first half? Is it the Christensen goal, which was absolutely amazing? Is it the number of chances we've created? Barca have been prolific up front. Or the press and recovery? And I'm not sure what the answer is here. I think I'm just going to go Christensen goal because
I know.
what are the odds?
Can I go
Literally.
3 of them?
Well,
Because
3 out of 3, yeah.
It's hard to choose that one. The goal was amazing, but I think the key of this game, like we are creating chances because of that press and recovery, so I stick with 3.
Alex?
I think I'm going to go with chances created, because a lot of the time we could do the rest really well and we don't create any chances, at least clear chances like the ones that we've been creating with the crossbar, with that Fermin chance as well. So I think chances created is probably the best part about this game that I've been enjoying, because you have the confidence to know that your team's going to be scoring sometime soon, but also that consistency of getting in front of the goal we don't see all the time.
The live chat is absolutely agreeing with you. Lots of number 2s. Alia, Josue, who else? The Titans going 2, Taha going 2, June Violin 21 going 2 as well. Just lots of 2s on the live chat. Careful here, the opportunity. And it's offside. By the way, Clara Miralbell, en català no se'ls pot escoltar, aquí no, però Barça One, tens la retransmissió en directe del nostre company Pol Martínez. Pots escoltar a l'aplicació Barça One. És molt fàcil, si no la tens, descarrega i allà tindràs la retransmissió del partit. Aquí ho fem en anglès. Will Barca score in the second half, says Legend 4? Well, I hope so. Mark, we were asking, what is your favorite thing about the first half? I'm assuming the option Hernandez is not your option. 1 is for Christensen's goal, 2 is for chances created, 3 is for the press and recovery.
Don't make me laugh because I have a cold. I think the same as you this past week, Robert.
Yes.
And with that kind of things, you make me laugh a lot. Okay, I think it's the pressure. I think it's the pressure. Of course, the number of chances that we created is quite good, and the goal of Christensen was amazing. But the pressure is quite good because I think it's the key of the game. Because we're paying with the same money Girona the way that they are used to play. So I think that this action of the game has to be the key. Of course, in the second half, I mean, the substitution has to be very important. Maybe in the attacking part with players like Ferran, with that kind of players, because of instead this the draw, the 1-1. I think that Girona is absolutely uncomfortable in the game, and it's because of the pressure.
Well, it's been very good throughout the first half. Let's see if Barca can maintain this level of pressure and intensity in the second half as well. I mean, Girona have had their chances as well.
Yeah.
The one saved by Ter Stegen, which then didn't count, whatever.
We'll see, because maybe if they have scored.
Yeah, exactly. You are. Right. Final minutes of this first half. I haven't even asked the fans where they're watching us from. We'll do that in the second half.
I saw some Indonesia there in the live chat.
How I envy them. Here is Sergi Roberto. We'll ask in the second half. Let's see if we have time in the second half. So far, this has been just thrilling and action-packed. Lamine Yamal now says he wants to join the party. Lamine Yamal driving into me. Penalty!
No.
Oh, what a foul, man.
He was close.
I think he was on the line.
Surely.
Yellow card for Sergio Roberto. So let's the party started by Hernandez. Let's the party started for the shooter from Lanzarote.
Let's see.
How bad are you, guy? How bad are you?
Let me see. I think Miguel trips over and trips Lamine in the process. Yeah, it's a foul.
That's a foul.
And it's on the line.
And it's on the line. It should be a penalty.
It's on the line.
It's on the line.
That's definitely a foul.
But he's looking at it.
Yeah, but
He's looking at it.
That the referee prefer to show a yellow card to Sergio Roberto. He doesn't think I'm wrong.
I mean, the bar has to
Why
enter
you are just
here.
focusing to show a yellow card to Sergio Roberto?
Live chat. Do you think that is a penalty? Do you think that should be reviewed by VAR? Let us know. What do you think? To me, it's a penalty.
No doubt.
I think
it's on the line.
Yeah.
Right, let's see it
And
again.
he trips.
Miguel stumbles. It's a foul.
Yeah,
but
it's a foul.
that's
It's on the line.
kick.
Come on.
That's not
Yeah.
even.
And
you
Sergio
can't argue
Roberto's
that.
yellow card should be rescinded.
And Lamil doesn't get to the ball because of that trip.
It's clear.
That's a kick in the back of the foot.
It's clumsy.
There's literally no.
Saki
relation
Solis
to
says
it.
penalty. Furmanito says yes.
He goes to the bar. He goes to the bar. He goes to the bar. So we are very close to have a penalty. And before saying nothing, I have to say, last game against Valencia, we needed the bar to see the absolutely clear hands by Mamardashvili. Today, we need the bar to show this clear penalty. So, as we said in Spanish, we don't need bar, we need ver. We have to see, not bar. We have to see. This is the only thing I won't go to the assistant referee. So Hernandez is looking to the screen. So if you don't want to suffer, remember that I see the action just 5 seconds before you. So what do you prefer? To say what is? or you want to wait until you're seeing the screen?
We'll wait till see it in the screen.
That's a clear penalty to me.
To me, it's
It's
clear.
on the
Okay,
line.
I
They
will
are
say.
checking if it's inside or not.
Yeah.
Penalty. Penalty.
It was
Lamine
clear.
Yamal wins
But
the
how
penalty.
does Sergi get a yellow for that?
It's
then?
so
It's
interesting.
just like,
It's so interesting. Yeah, no, Sergio Roberto is talking with the referee saying, okay, if it's penalty, the yellow card has to be out. And Hernandez is saying, Sergio Roberto, no, you will keep the yellow card because you don't have to talk me in that way. So it's incredible. I say, how bad are you, referee? It was a very clear penalty. Okay, so let's go with Robert Lewandowski, who's going to kick it. Another penalty kick by Robert Lewandowski.
Right.
It's crazy how close the referee was to this. He was
I
like
know.
this. And he's like, oh,
It's amazing, but there's like, you can't go wrong with that because you see the contact and the ball is literally so far ahead, and you can't not call that.
I have the feeling that with
maybe the
VAR,
mistake you can make from that angle is
Whether
saying
it's inside or
if
out.
it's
or
out,
not,
it's in-
yeah.
exactly, if it's in or out.
But it was a clear foul.
and I think that's maybe why he doesn't show the penalty the first time. Because I have the feeling that with VAR, referees prefer to wait than to make the mistake.
Yeah.
Anyway, right, Lewandowski's going to take this. Go on, Levy. Still chasing Dobbik. Still chasing Dobbik for the Pichichi. Robert Lewandowski going with the run-up. In front of him, Gazzaniga. Lewandowski will take it in his particular style. There it is! Vamos! Vamos! We pop the net like Lewandowski. Lewandowski.
What's
That's Spencer's rap. Oh, you haven't heard it?
I still haven't heard it.
We'll have
I
Spencer
still
do it.
haven't heard
Vamos,
it.
Lewandowski.
Oh,
Wait, that was my guess, wasn't it? That Leo was gonna score next.
And we all guessed that Barca were going to score
Yeah.
at half-time and there,
Yes.
before half-time, and there it is. Vamos!
vamos.
Clear penalty on Lamine Yamal,
very.
and Lewandowski Marbrau sent Gazzaniga the wrong way.
Incredible action by Robert Lewandowski. I have to confess that I'm a little bit nervous when Robert
Yes,
Lewandowski
so am I.
gives a
always.
penalty, the way that he stopped before the penalty spot. Yeah, I have to be very nervous, but it's quite good because Lewandowski had 100% of efficacy this season in penalty kicks. He scored a penalty against Osasuna, of course against Alaves, of course against Barbastro, Celta. It's the penalty that scored. The only penalty that Barca has not scored was Gundogan against Mallorca. So another penalty scored by Robert Lewandowski. 17 goals this season, 20 in the league, 24 in all competitions. And as we said in the quiz, right now Robert Lewandowski reaches Andres Iniesta goals with Barca.
Oh,
They're
it's
equal.
57 goals for Robert Lewandowski with Barca.
And the live chat is reading my mind. Careful here, the opportunity for Girona before half-time. Ivan Martin,
No.
Ángel Herrera dispossessed, and Barca with a chance to run here. Live chat. Fists, fist emojis on the live chat. The Lewandowski celebration. Come on, guys, fill the live chat with it.
And I was looking the replay, and he doesn't even watch it, like look at the goal. He was like doing like this,
Yep.
and it's impressive.
Gazzaniga went early, and it
Yeah.
made it easier for him. By the way, 4 minutes of added time. There it is. Oh, my comments there as well. Amazing. See how the people respond.
Lewandowski.
Amazing. Lewandowski. That's what we love. Our Barca Live community
Yeah, and
responding well.
Yeah.
We
And
love
I
you, Barca
feel
Live
that,
community.
We do.
I feel like the team is ending the season well. Like all the
Yeah.
players are in the best position in this end of the season.
I see Alia says, I can comment the entire lyrics of the rap. No need, no need.
I still
I
haven't
know you
seen
can do it.
Spencer
You
do
can do it
it.
before Alia. We'll see if Spencer can do it before. But yeah, Lewandowski coming off of his hat trick against Girona, scoring today. A sweet moment for Lewandowski. And let's see, Barca can end the first half well here as why
What? Why'd you?
offside called against Barca.
Interesting.
Weird refereeing today, bizarre. Final seconds of this first half. Girona looking for a final
So,
chance.
guys, you have to help me with the other time.
4 minutes. It's going to be over now.
Okay. Okay, I just checking the Lewandowski stats when the fourth referee said. But I have more incredible numbers about Lewandowski. 17 goals in the league. Remember that last season in the league he scored 23 goals. But in the top scorer battle with Dobby goal, Dobby has 20 goals. Bellingham also scored today 18 goals and Lewandowski 17.
Ooh, it's a nice little
so
battle
close,
there.
the top scorers of the league scored this round. Yeah,
Good names in there.
but Bellingham has played right now, or played against Cadiz, and Lewandowski had the battle with Dobbik in the pits, so we expect this interesting battle.
Right, it looks like we're going to go right through to the 50th minute. Maribel will talk to you after we've talked to Spencer at half-time, because we're going to talk to Spencer as well. So stay tuned and we'll talk when we can, Mark.
Okay, I will stay in this position. So I'm just taking a look to Spence's place. And Hernandez is saying that we have enough first half. What a half, referee. Okay,
What a half.
but it was a big half for Barça. Great performance, I think. One of the best of the seasons. Yeah. And I think that Barça deserves the win. In this first half here in Montilivi.
Definitely.
Right, we all agree here. Live chat, let us know your thoughts on this first half. Is it a thumbs up? Or is it a thumbs down? For me, it's a double thumbs up. I'm so entertained. This is a great game, and fortunately, Barca are up and deserve to be up.
Yeah, I think it's clear thumbs up today. Like, not only for the win, but for the way Barca play, like that high press, the recovery, creating opportunities. The only like unlikely goal that we conceded like super fast after the Christensen goal, the amazing Christensen goal, everything it's going perfect, and I think Barca deserves to win in this first half.
That Christensen goal happened so early in the game, you almost forgot about it because of everything that happened after that. There's so many things happening in a matter of 3 minutes, and no, I think Barça are dominating the match, and especially against a team like Girona, who can hurt Barça, as we have experienced earlier this season. But no, I think Barça are in complete control. The referee, we can talk about that after. But at the end, that decision, it went the right way in the end. But I think Barça completely deserved to be ahead.
I am seeing a lot of thumbs up on the live chat. Keep them coming, guys, because I think that the team deserves them today. I mean, we're doing very well. We're going to take a little break because the players have headed into the dressing room. Rest for them, rest for us as well. I want to remind you, though, that you can register to Barca 1 very easily. If you haven't done it yet, which why not yet? Unless you're in one of the countries where we haven't arrived yet, where Barcelona 1 has not landed yet. Be patient. It will happen. It will happen. We're working on it. But if it's available in your countries, register. It's easy. If you haven't, you have a link on the live chat. Click on it, and it'll be easy peasy. You'll have lots of cool content, including a little what we're going to show you now in a little snippet, which is the interview with Robert Lewandowski, in which he ranked his best goals for Barca. He picked his top 5. Here it is. A little treat for you.
Goals and counting for Barca in 79 games. How does that make you feel?
Oh, make me feel very proud.
Here comes the verdict. Which one's the best?
The best goal that I scored was the goal against.
The floor is yours. Which one is your number 5?
Number 5 goes to goal against Real Madrid in the final Supercopa. Maybe that wasn't a beautiful goal, but was very important, was in the final, and we were playing really, really good football, so this is my number 5.
A good assist by Gavi as well.
Yeah, that is general. I have good feelings, good memory about this game, also that how we were playing, and, you know, the goals that... in the final against Real Madrid, in the end, we won this trophy. So these memories, these feelings, what I have thinking about this goal is like, for me, something special.
Right, let's move on. Which is your number 4?
Number 4 is, for me, as a striker, also important because that was the goal against Alaves at home from the head. Because I know that was a very tough game, and we conceded the first goal, and we trying to come back to the game. And I got the pass from Jules Koundé, and that was a very difficult goal because I was far away from the goal. I knew that I have to give also the power to give the ball like the enough power to be inside the goal. And it's like from the technique, from the scoring on the head, is also this kind of goal is very difficult because you have to jump high, you have to turn up the body, and also try to. And I know it exactly when I want to score the goal with the head. So I like this goal because for the striker it's also very important to use different skills to scoring the goal.
Very good twist of the head as well to give the ball power. Let's move on to your number 3.
Yes, number 3.
Which one makes the podium?
Yeah, we're starting over the podium. And number 3 was the goals against Athletic because, you know, sometimes in the box, when I got the pass and I have good control, I have also enough space to decide to score the goal. And this pass from the right side, and I turn, I have to change my body and control with the right foot and finishing with the left foot. You don't have time to thinking what you want to do with the ball, where you want to score, but just it's like that you're doing this automatically. You know, it's like your body knows exactly where the ball's going, not only finishing, but also the control, that I lose the opponent in the box. It's like sometimes you don't have time for this, but I know that my finishing with my, you know, the skills, if I have any small space, I can do my best. And this goal is like, for me, like special, and I like it.
Your runner-up. The one that was great, but not good enough to make number 1. Which is your second?
It's the goals against Celta Vigo. First, we were losing. We didn't play well. And till that I scored the goals, that was like the impulse, the signal that, okay, guys, we are here. And also the pass from João Felix, the finishing, like the timing, that I didn't have so many space to first to control this ball. I know that I have to score directly, and only one opportunity what I had, that is like only to put the ball behind, not up the goalkeeper. And I think that was like not only for me but for the team. Like, come on, guys, we are ready to win this game. And in the end, if you win, if you score the goals, and if you score this kind of goals, it makes me special, and makes me also very proud when I see this goal.
Right. Here comes the verdict. Which one's the best?
The best goal that I scored was the goal against Villarreal at home. You know, that was like, everything was special. Camp Nou, very difficult goal, like the technique, like the timing, like the controlling, like everything was in this situation perfectly. Like, you know, the control with the right foot, to lose 2 opponents. The second one was like, and the fourth one was very close, but they were far away. And also the goalkeeper tried to be closer. And when you see that the general the situation was like everything perfect, and like the technically, like the shoot, like the control, not only control the ball but control the space around me, and yeah, to score this kind of goal on Camp Nou, like, make me also special goals, and for me number 1.
Right, well, that was the top 5 by Robert Lewandowski. Do you agree with him? Do you think that's his best goal as a Blaugrana? The turn against Villarreal last season. There are lots of many great goals. Do you have any in mind that you like, Robert Lewandowski goals? It can be the recent ones. It could be his free kick.
I did like that Real Madrid goal. I think that has to be probably the most memorable one in my head, at least from Leo.
I think so too. You know, I have a short football memory, like really short, but the one I remember for Lewandowski is the Real Madrid one.
I saw lots of the comments saying, why didn't he pick the back heel finish against Valladolid, for example? And I think he didn't pick it because it went off of a defender. There was a bit of fortune there, and like, everyone has their own opinions. I like the 2 ones that he picked in this top 5. The turns against Villarreal and Athletic Club, they're just very technical actions, amazing stuff. And we hope that there can be actions like that in this second half. I'd say the one that needs to make adjustments at this half-time is Mitchell rather than Xavi. I mean, the tough thing for Xavi is to try and predict what Girona might change.
Yeah, definitely. I think Xavi's, he's done it all right. I think the players have gotten it spot on. We've talked about how Cancelo's going to go down the wing because Fermín going to be cutting in a lot. I think that's really made a good overload around Eric Garcia, as we mentioned, and it's giving us a lot more offensive options. Cancelo has put in crosses into the box that have been amazing. Fermín is getting a lot of touches onto the ball because he's confident going, doing that 1v1. Lamine has also gotten on the ball quite a lot, but it's just that control that, Barca, we've seen Cubarsí and Araujo be literally in a position. I mean, we can see it here. They've literally been standing across this line, and that's
Attacking
ridiculous, and literally attacking this way, and it's been ridiculous. And it's that confidence that you want to see from a Barcelona team, and we've installed that today against a team who literally could have done the same thing to us.
Irati, lots of questions coming into this second half. What adjustments will Girona make? Can Barca keep that level of intensity? That might be one of the keys as well. Can Barca keep that press going?
I think they can, because I feel when you're winning and when you have the confidence, like, it's easier to keep that intensity through all the game. Also, you have chances to make it in the bench, and I'm really impressed. You were talking that now Mitchell has to adjust. I think Xavi has adjusted seeing what happened in Montjuic. And that's really impressive, because Barca is playing like this today because Xavi understood what was wrong in Montjuic, and today the team is doing way different.
Right, very tough question today, the one we always have at halftime. Who do you think the best player of the first half is? We're giving 3 options, and I'm going off the top of my head because we did this 5 minutes ago and I've already forgotten. But I think we went with, on our screens right now, yes, Cancelo, Christensen and Gundogan are the 3 options. You could also include Lamine Yamal in there as well.
For me, it's Lamine. I think he was amazing. Like, the pass he puts to Christensen. I remember we come from away, like everyone has talked about that pass of Kroos to Vinicius, and I think that pass from Lamine to Christensen was amazing. Only he saw that pass, and then he provokes the penalty. And every time he has done that 1 versus 1, he was winning the battles with Girona defenders. So for me, the key player and the best player of the first half has been Lamine.
I see lots of ones here. Lots of people going with Cancelo.
I think I was going to go with Cancelo, but I'm going to go maybe with Gundogan and Christensen together. Because I think what we've been praising a lot this game has been that recovery of the ball. And I think a lot of that has been going on in the midfield. And obviously that's a role on a team that's not going to be as paraded as Cancelo crosses or Lamine assistance, or even a Christensen goal. That work is literally why we're able to attack so consistently, because we're recovering the ball quite quickly, especially into the midfield that you can attack with 1 pass. And I think that's commendable.
And you could also include Sergio Roberto in that equation as well.
Definitely.
See the Titans going with 1, CNST going with 1. That's Cancelo as well. More Cancelo answers. A couple of Lewandowskis as well. I see Alia asking where is Spencer. The game will start before we see him. We're having some connectivity issues with Spencer. There's lots of people, so his Wi-Fi connection might not be all that great, Spencer. He's sending us a video, I'm being told. Let's see if we can show it before the second half. Who we do have at the Montilivi Stadium is Marc Brau. Marc, who was your favourite player of the first half?
Well, guys, I have to say that it's maybe something that we can say in every game, but I think it's the whole team. If you have to say me a name, maybe for me, it has to be Joe Cancelo. I don't know if one of the options, because I don't listen to you at all, but he didn't score the goal, but he made a great action during all the first half. It was an incredible headache for Eric Garcia during all this first half, but I think it's one of the days we'll have to say all the team, because Lewandowski scored a penalty, because Christensen scored an amazing goal, Lamine Yamal provoked a penalty, Pau Cubarsí and Araujo, incredible at the center of the defense. So I think that the whole team is preparing the game very well, and it's playing very, very well. And today we have some important stats. We reached an important stat, and we didn't say anything in that moment because it was a crazy moment in the first kind of the minutes. But remember that one of my secret numbers, guys, were the 99. And the 99 are the goals scored by Barca before start the game. We needed 1 goal to reach 100 goals. And who scored this? It was Andreas Christensen. But it's not only maybe one of the best goals of his career, it's not only one of the best goals of the season. The goal scored by Andreas Christensen was the 100th goal this season for Barca. Lewandowski goal was the 101. So I think it's a great performance by Barça, a great performance by all the team, and we have to wait until Mitchell is doing something in the second half, because the pressure, the way the Barça is playing in the first half is maybe very close for what Xavi pretended that what Mitchell wants. So we have to take a look to the pitch. For the moment, I see that all the players in the bench are warming up. I see Marcos Alonso, I see Ferran Torres, Hector Ford, João Felix, well, all the players that are in the bench today. Remember that we only have out due to injury Frenkie de Jong, Balde and Gavi. So incredible weather, as you can see. Perfect temperature, perfect weather here, Robert. So we're waiting to the second half to start and to explain a Barça victory, of course.
Yeah, Marc, I want to ask you, because I see our colleague, our cameraman Ignasi Martin, right behind you. So can you ask him what he thinks the final score will be? See if we can get a prediction from Ignasi.
I think that we need our editor, Jordi, text me, because all the technical part is good, but I don't listen to you, Robert. So you have to ask me.
I'll text
or
you.
maybe by text, if I can know what is it. It's live action. I cannot say nothing else. I have to say the truth. I don't have a great. George is texting me right now. So it's like the 21st century. We are in 2024, but sometimes the telephone is what works better. Okay, Ignasi. Hey, how are you? How are you? So no, I just want. I don't want you to speak in English after all those years. So Robert just want to know, what is your score? What is your guess the score?
Just Robert.
Just Robert. Well, Irati and Alex, yeah, but they want to know what's the score.
The final score 1-3.
1-3. And what do you think will score?
Maybe Robert.
Another goal by Robert Lewandowski is what Ignasi said, but I have another guy here. He's a little bit, well, he's trying. His Pau. If you can see the image very well, it's because of Pau, not audio part. When audio is failing, it's not because of him. And guy who are with us, of course, with another guy called Pau also. Pau, what's your guess the score? What do you think is the score? Right, okay, just a score.
1-2.
But what do we have none?
Yeah?
Yeah, we'll finish this. Acabará així això?
Nah. Yes.
Yes. So Paul doesn't want to say anything else. I think that I catch him and he looks at me like, okay, what's happening now?
Yes.
And this focus, the image is arriving well to Barça Studios. So as you can see,
He's like, yeah,
Ignasi and Pau has to eat something because we are a little bit hungry. So, guys, I got to return the connection. I don't listen to you very well at all, but the players are inside the pit, so take care. The second half is it's Girona players now, only Barça players, but it's because of the starting, so I have to take the position.
Right. Thank you very much, Marc.
The beauty of a live show.
Yes.
When Marc doesn't have a connection with you, he can't hear you and all that, he just rambles on.
He takes it on.
It's amazing.
He doesn't care. I feel for Pau as well. It was like, please leave me alone. I'm just here to check that everything's working. Ignasi Martin, one of our cameramen here at Barça Studios, going for a 3-1. I'm expecting more goals in this second half, and
I wish it says like that because it's my guess of score, but
Yeah.
I think we're going to see more goals.
You went 3-1?
I went 3-1.
So you need the extra goal.
I know,
with
but I
Ignasi's
think
prediction.
one goal seems too little for the second
For
half.
what-
to be
yeah,
honest.
for what we've seen.
For what it is, I'm expecting probably 2 goals at least. 2 goals. The thing is that I think Girona will score again. I have to say that, especially with the adjustments that they might make the second half. Maybe not, hopefully not. But the way that they've been attacking, the consistency, less consistency, more consistency in the sense that like whenever they do attack, it is quite dangerous. So I wouldn't be surprised if they score, but I think Barça have at least 2 more in them.
Right, the second half is about to start, and since we asked Ignasi, our cameraman, live chat, what do you think the score will be at the end of the game? I don't think it's going to stay 2-1. I think Barca win, but there'll be at least a couple more goals in this second half. Keep your predictions coming. Second half has started, and let's see if Marc Brau can hear me. Marc, there have been no substitutions on either side, right?
You have to text him.
I know, yeah, exactly.
Get updated.
Our editor Jordi Cochran is just saying Marc isn't there. He's gone to have his sandwich. He said he was.
He said he was going to eat. So.
Exactly. Right. So the Titans going. It's going to be 3-all. Barca 4, Girona 4 would be Daniel's prediction. The foul on Lamine Yamal there.
Yeah.
Could it be another 2-4?
4-1.
Potentially.
I like Marc Lumbis is going 2-5 as well to Barca. Marc, I was asking you, there's no substitutions at half-time, right?
No, not for the moment, but next to this action by Girona.
Careful
you
here.
want to see this? No, there's no action. Not for the moment. Yeah, take care.
Careful here, yeah. Here is Savinho. The step overs inside of Barca's box. The back pass to no man's land, really. Let's see if Barca can recover. Miguel went down, tackled from behind by Lamine Yamal. There was no foul there,
That's
says the referee. And now there is a foul on Lamine Yamal.
As soon as he left, that was going to be a foul.
Maybe that should be a yellow card. Marc, you were saying?
No, I just want to say there's no substitutions. I see two Barca players in the warm-up. One is Pedri, and the other one is, I think it's Rafinha. Yeah, Rafinha and Pedri are two Barca players who are warming up right now. And Ferran the Shark is going to the with the teammates. So Ferran, Rafinha and Pedri are the three players that are warming up right now.
Well,
Pedri makes sense with the yellow card of Sergi Roberto in the midfield.
Yeah, well, magnificent choices by our graphics and editing team. Careful here, the opportunity for Lamine Yamal on the edge of the box, winning it back. Lamine with the shot into the hands of Gazzaniga. A weak shot by Lamine Yamal, but good recovery on the edge of the box. So our editors, Jordi Cochran, and our graphics designer, Jaume Torra, went with those three options before knowing who was warming up. So
are they the new
thumbs
Xavi?
Are they the new Xavi? Thumbs up. Live chat. Thumbs up there for Jaume Torra and for Jordi Cochran for guessing who the three players who were going to warm up would be. And who would you like to see? Let us know. Would you like to see Ferran? Would you like to see Pedri? Would you like to see Rafinha?
For me, it's surprising there's no defenders warming up as Araujo has a yellow card.
Yeah.
And Koundé.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see Ferran in this game. Because if you want to keep the intensity, the pressure, the recoveries, Ferran's got good legs in that sense. So is Rafinha, really.
I was leaning towards Rafinha just because, not less for the recovery reasons, more for the intensity down the wing. Because Lamine is obviously doing really well, but he is taking the ball in from a very deep position. Ferran is, Fermin is Fermin, and Lewa is just going to stay central. So Rafinha, I would like to see Rafinha just because he's going to bring more of what we've liked from Cancelo in terms of attacking down the wing, taking on the 1v1s. But don't know. I mean, Ferran could be a really good option as well.
Let's see what the live chat has to say with that question as Girona attack inside of Barca's box there. And there'll be a corner kick. Let me read some answers before we go to Marc Brau. Carolina going 2 Pedri, Oscar going 2 Pedri, Football Edits going 3, which was Rafinha. Daniel Zardan going 3 as well, which was Rafinha. Isaac going Pedri. Black Darina going Rafinha. Salim 3. The Titans 3 as well. That means Rafinha. Nathan going 2 Pedri. So Pedri's and Rafinha's are the answers. Elian going Pedri with lots of ease. Sorry. And Barca will recover the ball here. And a goal kick. The ball went over the line. Hernandez gestures with the whatever that gesture was. Yeah. But dancing the Macarena. Right, Marc. Any visible changes in this second half? Do you think Girona have changed anything?
Yeah, it's playing higher. As you can see, the forwards are higher from the beginning. On half, we can see also one of the midfielders, Ivan Martin, pressing a lot the ball of Cubarsí the foot. But Barça is very well positioned in the field, and as you can see, the way that Barça is clearing the pressure is very good. But of course, Mitchell has to change some things.
That was an amazing way to bring the ball out. And now there's a chance here for Lamine Yamal. He can take the shot himself. He sets it up. Oh, for Lewandowski there.
He should have taken. He was too friendly there. I think he had the chance to shot.
Yeah. Lamine was open to shoot there. When you've got Lewandowski down the middle, though.
He maybe should have cut that back for Fermin there, I think.
But
that recovery from Gundo was amazing. It was a little chip.
No, and the way that Barca came with the ball from the defense to there.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Was that?
I think it's one of the games.
You can tell we've been deprived of good football for so long because we're just like, Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, wow, look at that.
2 passes in a row.
No. I mean, but yep, Girona pressing high, and Barça in that action, Marc, managed to string some passes together, find the free man,
Yeah.
create a quick chance off of it.
Yeah, and it's so important the way that Lamine Yamal is playing. It's incredible the way that he's changing the game. Remember that in the first leg, Miguel Gutierrez played an incredible game in this left-back position. He scored a goal, the second one. But today is incredible the way that Lamine Yamal has changed the game. For the beginning, Miguel Gutierrez made the assist to Dovvik, the first goal of Girona. But I think that it's so important that you have a player like Lamine that it's have a lot of importance in a game like today.
Careful here, Savinho breaking free, the cross inside the box. Dovvik with the header trying to assist
Offside.
there. Offside, okay. I think Savinho was offside, right? Yeah. Yeah, you were saying, Miguel, if I remember correctly, that day he could have even had a hat-trick. He had a lot of chances, Miguel Gutierrez. The other thing that we forget about that game, and which I saw once again reviewing the highlights today, is that, yeah, Girona were the better team. I accept that that day. Barça could have equalised.
Yep.
Because Lewandowski has a free header on the edge of the small box.
A Bluetooth defending.
In the 93rd minute, and he tries to twist the twist of the head, and it goes completely the wrong way. But it was a very, very clear chance for Lewandowski there. So, in spite of Barca not being the best team on the pitch that day, we could have drawn.
Go on.
Here is Lewandowski trying to get himself free. Goes down. The referee says that I think it was Yangel Herrera got the ball
I
first.
think that was fine.
But he had the chance. It took too long time.
He was trying to go for goal for himself instead of releasing the ball, which is fair enough. He was in a good position, but took a bit too long, too many touches, and Girona defender got it off early.
Now offside called against Miguel Gutierrez. Xavi Hernandez applauding the high Barca defence.
It's one of the most complete games of Barca I remember this season.
So far, definitely.
Defensively and offensively, it's been completely good. Because we're playing such a high line, those offside positions are going to be important because essentially that's where Girona want to catch us off. But that high line was a perfect example of that. Cut off the
also
Girona
with
attack.
the ball.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, being 2-1 down, Girona are going to have to be aggressive in their press. They're going to have to go high up. And that means that Barca are going to have spaces to exploit.
Yeah.
Whether you can find,
That's why
as I
I
said
think
before,
Rafinha can be
Roberto's
really
in the
good.
field. Girona is not throwing up the ball, but it was inside the field because he received a big with a Girona player. Maybe it was not a foul, but Roberto's in the field. No, he's recovering right now. He's recovering.
Yeah.
Ooh, what a ball pass there by Lamine Yamal through to Lewandowski. It's just a little bit too high for him. It was floating, and now Lewandowski leaving it to Lamine Yamal, who has acres of space. He can get inside the box. Here's Lamine Yamal. Can he take it to his left? Inside low pass. Intercepted. Lamine.
The game of Lamine has no sense. Like.
Now Fermin going in intense there, trying to recover, almost did. And it's the through ball that he placed Lewandowski, and then the extra touch to try and get through. It's the final pass that's been lacking today. Though.
I think when Amin gets in those positions, he worries. He doesn't think about those plays to get there, but once he gets there, I think maybe he overthinks a bit, whether he goes for it himself, whether he passes, and at the end of the day, he loses.
He weighs
the ball.
his options a little bit too much and slows the final decision down, and the final decision comes maybe a second too late.
Yeah.
I think that is a product of being 16.
Yeah.
Yes.
And playing where
and playing with adults.
And playing like that.
And playing with players who want to be on the finishing end of things.
Yeah.
I think if he continues to progress the way we think he is, in 3-4 years' time, that action he finishes himself.
Yeah.
He'll have the confidence to get on the end of that and completely just.
I have the feeling like he doesn't want to be selfish, so he offers all the time the balls to Lewandowski, to Gundogan, and to others because he's 16 years old and there's rankings and status in the locker room.
Ooh, look at that recovery! Look at that recovery! And Barca going forward with Joao Cancelo, Lewandowski making the run down the middle. It's all Cancelo. It's all Cancelo. Cancelo! Shot saved by Gazzaniga, and
Cancelo does deserve
I don't know who
today.
the defender tracking back was. I think it was David Lopez or Daley Blind. We'll have to see now in the replay whoever it was, stuck to Lewandowski, and that meant that Cancelo was open the whole way.
Yeah.
There was never really a passing lane for Lewandowski. See, there, the opportunity for Cancelo.
Great game, Cancelo also.
Yeah.
But Mark, as I was saying before, Barca have lots of spaces to exploit here as Girona are being more aggressive in their press.
Yeah, but because of Barca's winning, Barca has not to risk any ball.
Yeah.
And I think that the high pressure is also good for Barca because
Yeah,
of
yeah,
you
yeah.
say we have more spaces behind the centre backs, and it's something quite good. And I have to say that for me today, Fermin and Sergio Roberto are making a great performance because they are a box-to-box midfielders. And for today is very important. You don't have a lot of possession because you have a very high pressure now, and you need that kind of players.
Oh, great play.
Moving the ball very well. Now Fermin breaks free, through ball to Gundogan on the right-hand side. The incoming cross by Gundogan, it's long, but it's at the far post. A shot by Cancelo after bringing it down on his chest.
He's not Christensen.
He's no Christensen, that Cancelo.
But you seen the play?
Yeah, that play was...
You
they
seen
were
the play
finding
the
so
way
much
that
space.
what I was saying?
Yeah.
Every player was finding the ball into
space. You
space. It was
said,
amazing.
space you said
yeah.
Fermin is, yeah.
Like there's movement without the ball, and that makes it easier.
Yeah, players are making themselves available, the movements are right, we're finding the free player. I know, it's all clicking at the moment, but it's 2-1, and we do know that Girona, with half a chance, can equalise.
Yeah.
No, it's being amazing to see Barca play this way.
Also playing from behind.
It's quite nice to watch and be confident that we're playing well.
Yeah.
I mean, surely it can't stay this way. The score can't stay this way. Oh, what a pass. Was that Araujo?
Araujo it was.
Araujo's just split about 3 lines of players.
The way like Girona feels lost playing this way.
Girona are always, they're the ones that have to catch up with the ball now.
Careful here. Barca pressing on the edge of the box. Here's Gundogan. Gundogan could shoot. Shot blocked. The second volley by Fermin also blocked.
But 3 recoveries there.
And 4th.
And another
Here's
one.
Lamine Yamal. Gundogan free on the edge of the box. Gundogan left-footed shot into the hands of Gazzaniga. Lewandowski wanted it. Fermin was ahead of him. Gundogan had a free shot.
Time.
So, well, fair enough.
Yeah.
I think Lewa's getting quite frustrated with his teammates at the moment because the ball's not getting to him enough.
But it's fair enough to take that shot. It's
Yeah,
a free shot.
Yeah.
Right, this question coming from our editor.
We are in a moment to score the third goal.
It would be a great moment to score the third goal.
Sorry, just I want to say, yeah. This is what I want to say, and Xavi knows it. We can see here, and of course, in Barca Live with our camera, with Paul, giving the image. But Xavi is happy, but sometimes he's a little bit frustrated because I think he really knows that we have a big opportunity right now to put the 2 difference in the score.
Yeah.
Right, so the question we're asking, and it's our editor today, Jordi Cochran, who came up with the question. What do you think of Lamine Yamal's performance today? 1, good enough. Good enough. 2, remarkable. And 3, which is the answer, is
Crazy.
we keep repeating it.
But it's not today.
It's not today. It's the whole season. But today is
especially.
Today
Today's
he's having
especially.
one of the best games.
I think
of the
what really
season.
impresses me for his age is his confidence on the ball, but I think that's just him being himself, which is quite nice because he knows how good he is. Maybe, honestly, maybe even he doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean, he's gotten the opportunity, but he's still that little shy, like we said, he's still going to pass the ball rather than take it himself. But the confidence that he has probably to take on a lot more plays, that Girona's attacking right now, and it's a bit 50-50, but Lamine has so much confidence to take on the 1v1s because he knows he's going to win it now.
Yeah.
And to have that confidence at such a young age, if he continues that way, no one's going to be able to stop him in a few years.
And the fact we already forget he's 16 because he has been there for the whole season and he has done it with, he doesn't care who's in front of him and he keeps doing it and everything. And it's what we said before, like maybe he has to like improve the last finish or the last pass because he's not being selfish enough, but he will improve that.
Careful, because Girona have a corner kick straight into the hands of ter Stegen, and on the live chat, Alia, Julia D, Ricard, Edona Bro, Furmanito, Esme, Raymond, everyone going with 3. This is just nuts. It's nuts at his age that he's producing performances at this level, and that you can still see room for improvement.
Yeah.
Which is simply, I mean, and obviously there's room for improvement.
It's literally only the beginning of his career, and he's already shining. Obviously, you know, we say that a lot of players start really young and they kind of fizz out sometimes, but I think Lamine has so much room for improvement while already being really, really good that I think he will last for quite a few years at the top.
Christensen.
Yeah.
leading the pressure.
He really wants to be a striker today.
He
wants to be a striker today. And you know what? Go for it.
I mean, Mar Brau, when...
2 Girona players are prepared.
No, you go. Yes.
Sorry, Robert. I just... No, Couto and Porto. 2 new players. Couto, I think, quite important for this team, so it's a great player. And Porto, it's not scoring a lot of goals this season, but 2 good players. Mitchell knows that he has to change some things because for the moment Barça is quite better than Girona in the second half. For the moment, remember that we have Rafinha, João Felix, and Pedri warming up, but Porto and Couto will be the first substitutions of the game.
Okay, 2 speedy players for Girona. Marc, I was just saying, when we saw that high press by Christensen making the run at Gazzaniga, making runs forward, he scored a goal today. When Xavi put him in that defensive midfielder role mid-season, we all thought, well, this is an interesting experiment. Let's see what comes of this. And he's gradually grown into that position, and today he looks like he's having the time of his life.
Yeah, and remember that we didn't have him against Paris Saint-Germain in the second leg, and I think it was an important player for that game to not playing it as a holding midfielder. Remember that game with a terrible decision by Anthony Taylor in the first leg. He had a yellow card and he couldn't play that game against Paris Saint-Germain. First game was the same day as Pau Cubarsí was in the lineup for the first time against Alaves. Last game of January, I remember.
Right, Barca in possession. We've seen more than an hour of football now. It's been very good football today.
It has been. I was just thinking back to when we signed Christensen, and Chelsea fans and the way it was received in London was like kind of like take him.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
we're
even
happy.
Here, even in Spain, Real Madrid got the good
exactly. So Chelsea fans were like, yeah, grand, take him, and I'm very happy with taking him at the moment.
His season last year, the first season, was amazing as a center back, and this season he reconverted himself like into that midfielder position. And I think since he's playing in that position, Barca improved.
Okay, so substitutions for Girona. Marc, take it away. Oof.
David Lopez and Tsigankov are out, and Couto and Porto are inside. I think Tsigankov, who is a very good player, I liked a lot him, but he doesn't have his better game this season. And the second substitution, so Porto will be in the same place, in the right part of the attacking zone of Girona. And I think that Eric will be good as a centre back, the position of David Lopez, and João Couto, he will play as a natural right back.
He was not happy.
He was not a happy man here there, David Lopez. Careful, because Barca have given Dobbik a chance inside the box. Dobbik in front of Araujo. Dobbik's going to set it up for Porto, and Girona have equalised. Come on. Oh.
First touch. One opportunity.
First touch, but we literally gave it away for the first touch for Porto. 2-2. It's going so well, but see the importance of the third goal.
Yeah.
And Barca weren't doing anything wrong.
No,
it's
we
were doing
shocking.
Absolutely nothing wrong.
It's surprising that we don't have that third goal, because we've done everything. We've done everything right. We've been praising the way that we've been playing the entire match, but again, it's that consistency of Girona to be able to show up with every opportunity that they have. They make it dangerous.
Well, Sergio Roberto under pressure tries to pass it back to ter Stegen.
Xavi wants to move the bench, guys. Sorry, Pedri and Rafinha will win.
Okay.
It was not offside, right?
No.
The big one.
No, because Sergio Roberto's the
Oh.
player who passes back. He wants to pass back to Stegen. It's too short. Dobvik picked it up and sets it
Sergio
up
Roberto
for Porto.
asking, like, he knows it was
He
his
knows
fault.
it was a mistake, but a costly one here.
Yeah. I thought
for
Cuerci was
Barca.
going to get to that. I thought he was able to get to that, but no.
It's a pity because it was like a brilliant hour of football for Barca.
Yeah.
And it's just two little mistakes and the game is equalizing.
How does this affect the mood of the game now? That is the question. But well, 2-2 unfortunately at Montilivi. Porto, the scorer after Christensen had given Barca the lead. Dobvik equalised. Lewandowski from the penalty spot, a clear penalty, right before half-time, and now Porto has scored for Girona. And Marc, wait a minute, careful, because Porto has a chance to make a run inside the box here in transition for Girona. He sets it up for Miguel, the shot, and Girona. How have Girona taken the lead?
How has this happened?
Story of Barca's season. The story of Barca's season. Girona,
Why are we like
in
this?
3 minutes, have turned this game around on its head. And, I mean, Girona have had a fantastic season, playing very good football. Today was not the case. And Barça, with a superior team, should have been 4-1 up.
Yeah.
But that's what you get when you're just 1 goal ahead, 2-1. Girona with the 2 quick goals.
Another lose in the midfield.
Yeah.
And that's all what they need.
Yeah. They exploited the space that we left behind. We lost the ball in attack in the midfield. Oh, it was a deflection off Koundé as well. It wasn't a direct goal.
Well, Marc, we definitely didn't see this coming. How is Xavi reacting?
Well, you can imagine. So Xavi will make the substitutions. We say that Pedri and Rafinha were prepared to enter in the field before the third goal. So they were prepared before the third goal, and it came the goal. It came the goal. Christensen is out, and Fermin is out. So Rafinha and Pedri inside the field. They had to be the substitutions with the 2-2, but it with the 3-2. Of course, we have to say that we didn't see it's coming. It's like maybe quite similar for the games of the first part of the season. Of course, I know, Robert, that you don't like to talk about this, but it's a very bad luck goal, the third goal, because I think that's 2 rebounds before the ball inside the goal. So, of course, we have bad luck, but it's incredible the way that we lose all the good work that we made during all the game. Of course, we have time, but it's quite difficult to understand. But it's bad luck, of course, the third goal.
And it unfortunately for Barca, it does come 2 moments of lack of tension in midfield, giving away the ball.
Yeah, the first one, it felt like Girona was making the chances, the substitutions, and there was no concentration at all there.
Careful here, the cross coming in from Gundogan, too long. Yeah, the first one came out of that moment of confusion. Girona have just made the substitutions. The game
and the third
restarts
one, it feels like they were shocked by the second. And there's another lose. You cannot lose the ball in the midfield against this team that runs and does the transitions really well.
It's that intensity that Girona have come out with in the second half. As Marc said, they're pressing a lot higher, more intensity. But that intensity right there, Barça lost the ball. Cancelo, I think, was the one that was a bit higher. So you have that space once Cancelo goes up, and literally the first ball that Girona made after recovering the ball was into that space. So their aggressiveness right now on the counter-attack, on the transition is quite good.
Well, Felix is going to warm up. Marbrau, of course, this now means that Girona are second in the league table.
Yeah, and it means that Real Madrid is champions of the league, I think. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we need 2 goals just to change the things. But I have to say that it's very difficult to explain.
No.
Of course, it's very difficult to explain why it's not corner, this action of Lamine Yamal.
That is a corner.
It's very difficult to explain. No.
No?
Because it's another game with great mistakes. So remember what happened against Valencia, the 2 goals conceded. Today it's the same. It's quite difficult to understand, and Xavi is thinking about it. But it's quite similar to the first games of the season. So it's like the game against PSG, change some things. But okay, we have to think that Barça can change things. Today we are playing better than Girona. We have 10, 20 minutes to try to make another comeback.
Yeah, it's like 2 individual mistakes were ruining all the work team.
Yeah.
But we're just Ter Stegen did something there that I have no idea what he was doing, and then we give the ball away once again in a dangerous area.
Careful here. An opportunity for Girona. The chance, and Ter Stegen with a big save now to deny Ángel Herrera. And Barca having to navigate a tough moment here with Girona 3-2 up.
Barca's mentally out right now.
Well, we'll have to get back in then. What a big save by Ter Stegen, though. Woof. Firm.
Just his forearm.
Yeah.
Firm left hand there.
Yeah.
Girona have a corner kick. And the game has over 18 minutes to go. Can Barca make the comeback is the question. 1 for yes, 2 only for a draw. 3 no. I'm saying yes if we get back to what we were doing.
Yeah, let's be confident.
Still plenty of time. Right, Girona wastes the corner kick.
That's fun.
And Ter Stegen find Lamine Yamal, who had his arms wide open, waiting for that long ball. He heads it forward for Lewandowski. Lewandowski fighting for it. And Eric Garcia wins the challenge there. Throw in Girona. Come on, live chat. Give me some yeses here.
It's ball for Girona.
Yeah.
Yeah, it went off of Lewandowski. Yeah. I have to say, not everyone's all that confident here. Jay Clark going no. Alia going yes. The Titans going only to draw. See some more ones. Marvel fan going no. Come on, we need to trust the team. Long ball.
It's
for
important.
Girona, who now have all the momentum. It's offside. Mark, the mood has sort of changed, right? The Girona fans are into it now. Girona has the momentum. It's like we say here, that the wind is blowing in their favour right now.
Remember that this victory means that Girona are directly to the Champions League for sure.
Yep.
Oh, great.
There's a chance for Barcelona.
It's outside. It's out.
Rafinha.
So it's very, very important, this victory for Girona. They are in Champions League right now. They achieved the 2nd place. And Barça are a few minutes out of the game. But I think we have time to change things.
Yeah.
And remember that we can make more substitutions. Pedri and Ferran are in the pitch. And I think that we need the same that is in the first half. We need the ball. We need to try to make great possessions and try to control now the game. But something has changed, and it has to be not for the pressure, it's because of our mistakes. Oh my God.
Oh. We heard that through Marc Brau's microphone. My God, what a goal by Porto. Porto has just scored an amazing and unpredictable goal. And Barca have melted down. Girona fans with their hands on their heads right now because they can't believe that just went in. What a finish, what a volley by Cristian Porto.
The amount of times that we've given the ball away to Girona just this half has been ridiculous.
Well, I wouldn't even say in this second half. I would say in these last 10 minutes.
Yeah. It has been just...
That I have to say, though, that finish was outstanding.
You can't really say anything after that finish. Just clap your hands to Cristian Porto.
No, that was an outstanding finish.
I said, oh my God. I always try not to say anything before you are watching the screens, but I'm just in this goal and just in this part of the pitch, and I see the ball entering directly to the part inside the box, and it's incredible the goal scored by Porto that has changed the game. Porto has changed the game. 2 goals, The assist
One
for
assist.
Miguel Gutierrez, and now we have the same score that in Montjuic. It's how incredible if somebody listened to us that Barça deserved to win the game, but last 10 minutes is like a big nightmare. One more this season,
Yeah,
and it's quite difficult to explain what happened. But right now, Girona has changed a lot, and for Barça, it's very, very difficult to change things.
Barça was the best in 65 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
And
I was
after that-
going to ask if Jaume Torra and Jordi can put the graphic up of when the goals were scored, because right now, if anyone has just tuned in, you think, oh, Girona 4-2, they must have been better than Barça. Well, no,
Absolutely
as a matter
not.
of fact.
Barça was
See,
better 65 minutes.
Porto scored just 10 minutes ago,
Yeah. In two.
The goal that made it 2-2.
Yeah.
and it's been 10 minutes that have changed this game. Careful here, Gundogan inside the box. Now a corner kick for Barça. Remember, we're good at corners now,
We need to prove it.
and we need to prove it.
Yeah, and I think one goal now, like, will change the mentality of Barça that feels like a little bit down.
Ferran
Feels like
Torres is going to come
Ferran.
on.
If I were Xavi, I would put Joao. I think it's a perfect scenario for Joao
Well, he's
Felix.
going to have to bring like multiple attackers on if you're going to try and score here. Micho got it absolutely right with Porto. Here's the incoming cross, and it's going to go straight out there. No chance for anyone to head the ball. Marbrau.
The next substitution will be
Ferran.
Oriol Romeu
Oriol as well?
and Ferran. Yeah. Ferran. Ferran was not inside the field.
No, it was Rafinha.
I thought that he was the second substitution with Pedri.
No,
It was
Rafinha.
Rafinha. Okay. No, it was Rafinha. Yeah, Rafinha and Pedri. So Ferran and Oriol Romeu will be the next substitutions. Remember that it has to be a special game for Oriol Romeu, who played there last season. It was so important for Mitchell, and maybe it's one of the reasons because Xavi wants Oriol Romeu to play here in Montilivi.
And Sergio Roberto has a yellow
in
card
fact,
as
we
well.
have to say that after the substitution for Barça, Rafinha, Rafinha and Pedri didn't touch any ball or less balls than what we pretend. But Barça is quite difficult for Barca now. We have to understand that it's quite difficult. Girona is a great team, but we don't have words. We don't have words to explain what is happening now.
I don't have an explanation for this. Mark, before these substitutions are made, give me the magic stat, because we know what Barca have done in final quarters of an hour of games this season, in the last 15 minutes of games.
I gave you this stat in the last game against Valencia, and I will search for this. So 28 goals in the last 15 minutes of the game in this season, 23 in the league. The last ones, for example, the 2 goals of Lewandowski scored against Valencia last Monday. So Sergio Roberto is out, Oriol Romeu, with fans of Girona clapping their hands just to recognizing his pass here in Girona, and Robert Lewandowski is out. Ferran Torres will be in. Robert Lewandowski, remember, today scored another goal. Robert Lewandowski, 57 goals with Barca. So maybe it's not the moment, but I think it's not a game. We strongly recommend the interview that you made to him, Robert and Banekot and Lewandowski, face to face. You can have this content in Barca One platform.
Well, be sure to go and find it if you haven't seen it. Definitely. I mean, maybe not tonight because you won't be in the mood after, well, what looks like maybe a Barca defeat today, unless we produce some magic in the final 10 minutes. But yeah, it's the worst of combos, this, because right now this means that we drop to third behind Girona, and this means that Real Madrid are champions as well. We would need 3 Barca goals for Real Madrid not to be champions today.
Yeah, and the worst, I would say, is to lose that second spot that gives you, that allows you also to go to the Super Cup next year.
Yeah.
We knew that winning this La Liga was going to be difficult after a Clásico, but I think it's really important the team fights to be second in terms of what it is going to a Super Cup.
Yeah. No, definitely. I mean, we've got 10 minutes left plus added time. Need to fight for that second spot. And of course, if this were to end in a defeat, there will still be games to go. Be 4 games to go. Hope that Girona drops some points, knowing that they've qualified for the Champions League. Maybe they take their foot off the gas, and we need to go full gas.
It's just how we were playing, like just.
Well,
I was gonna say it's hard to be better than how we
Yeah.
played today.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
we played really well, but then obviously we had those 5-10 minutes of just lapse of. I can't even really tell you what it was. It might have been concentration because we were the two goals that were scored were just us giving away the ball in really crucial positions, and that can't happen. But outside of that, we played a perfect match.
I'm just mystified as to what has happened today, because up until the 65th minute, I was ready to say that this was Barca's best performance of the season.
Yeah,
We were creating
easily.
chances, we were playing well, we were connecting passes, finding the free man. Now we just look a little bit lost here in this second half. But I was going to say, Marc, at the moment, this is 4-2. If it were to end this way, we would have lost 4-2 twice to Girona this season. But two absolutely different games, because in Montjuic, yes, they were the better team. We could have drawn, yes, but they were the better team that day. Today, it was all Barca until the 65th minute.
61% possession for Barcelona, 15 shots compared to 7 for Girona.
Yeah. But after all, we lose the 2 games against Real Madrid, who will be the champion, and the 2 games against Girona, who for the moment is in the second position. So after all, we lose the direct games. So maybe it's the reason, because we are not champions, or we are not facing for the first position. Of course, today it's quite different. It's quite different. And I have to say that Joe Felix will be the last substitution. But for me, today, it's difficult to explain, because it's one mistake, what happened in the 2-2, that changed everything. Just one mistake. And this season we have this a lot of times. We are a young team, and of course, okay, we prefer to be second than third, but it's something that the team has to learn.
Well, the mistake was from Sergio Roberto. That's not young.
But okay, we have. Yeah, of course. Yeah. But I mean, it's just this goal. But after all, it came to more goals. But after all, we have to think, okay, we have to fight to the second position, but it's not easy for that kind of players to fight to the second positions. That players want to fight to be champions. So it's difficult to be motivated, and we have in the great way during the first half and part of the second half. Okay, but we have to focus on the next 4 games just to finish the season. And well, okay, try to fight to the second position. Of course, Real Madrid will be champions today, but if the final score is this, it will be 1 point under Girona, and it remains 4 games. I have to say that Lamine Yamal is out and Joe Felix is in.
Yep, Lamine Yamal taking off. We'll have to just keep going, definitely.
Yeah, I think today was more like a mental thing than footballistic, like in terms of football.
It was a 10-minute lapse.
Yeah. But it was that mistake of Sergio Roberto that Marc Brau was pointing that equalized the game, and after that Barca disappeared mentally off the game, and that's what we're seeing. Like, I think the game is not 4-2 that we're seeing on the score.
It was that mental shift that immediately just went to errors, went to mistakes, went to panicking when Girona were doing the high pressure. The biggest thing that I liked about Barca this entire match was we didn't panic. It was no panic. It was confidence. It was playing, first touch passes, creating the space, going into the space. It was a confidence to do that with no panic on the ball. But then that goal happened even before that, and then since then it's been panic. It's been losing possession. It's been misplacing passes. We saw 2 crosses there, trying to go across the pitch into space, and that they both rolled out. It's just been a complete game changer.
Right, well, play has been resumed after Savinho had gone down. Stegen to Araujo. And, I mean, I'd say there's time here still, and anything can happen in football, but since the Porto goal, we haven't really seen much from Barca in terms of, well, giving us any reason for optimism.
It hasn't really given you much confidence of the fact that we're going to score 2 goals in 5 minutes.
And I mean, up to a point, you can understand how the players are still trying to react think what's happened here.
Yeah. I mean, we
Girona
haven't even
obviously playing
processed it.
with a lot more confidence in their passing as well. Waiting for Barca, trying to stay organised.
Still in. But
Yeah, Girona is looking how Barca look in the first hour of the game.
Yeah.
Right now.
Right, final substitution for Girona there, Mark.
Yeah, Valery, former La Masia player, is coming in, and Savinho. That it's not one of the best games of Savinho. I think that today, Porto is the MVP clearly of the game for
yes.
Girona. So I think that Barca controlled very well Savinho. Not at all Porto, not at all Dobbik, but maybe it's quite simple, no? But it's I cannot say what happened. I cannot say what happened. It's impossible for me to describe with words what I see.
Well, apart from stating the obvious, which was that Barca gave the ball away twice in the end, but it was all going so well.
Yeah.
And then just like that.
Yeah. Girona are now playing the way that Barça have been playing for the entire match.
Yeah.
They're getting out of pressure so easily, creating the spaces. Not just panicking. They're not panicking either. They're literally playing. The game flipped. Barça is now the one that's chasing the ball, and Girona is the one that's controlling the possession and controlling the tempo of the game.
Well, and they've got the confidence in every action. Jan Couto goes in there with the challenge, and he knows he's going to get to the ball. Every pass is getting to its destination.
Yeah.
But that's because football is not only talent, it's also the mental aspect has a lot to do there. And
Yeah. Well, 3 minutes remaining, and, well, this has been the story of Barca's season. Giving away some easy goals. It can be very, very costly. '87th minute. He's going to swing it in, but a chance for Barca at the set piece here. Let's see if we can get a goal which can give us a bit of excitement towards the end of the game. And it comes, headed backwards, and Barca will get a corner kick out of this.
And
Romeo was there.
Yeah, and that probably could have buried that if the ball had gotten to him.
Rafinha will swing it in. One good cross. Final 2 minutes. In comes the crossbar. Rafinha. Araujo had the header at the near post, but it went high up over the crossbar. Xavi there left wondering.
Where did it go wrong?
Where did those good 65 minutes go?
yeah, I mean, and sometimes like when these kind of games happen, like people point at the coach, but I don't think Xavi could have done anything different today than when he has done, because it was like two little mistakes that burned all the teamwork, and Barca was playing amazing. Like for me, it's the best hour of the season. That first hour of Barca.
And it was not enough.
No.
It was not enough. Goes to show you as well the importance of like taking your chances.
Was Barca
being decisive up front when you've got those opportunities.
Look at Rafinha go to high press that.
With a high press, Gazzaniga with a long clearance. So we're gonna into the final minute of regulation time. And Marc Brau, what is your prediction for added time here?
Well, we had 3 goals and more or less all the substitutions. I'll go with 4 minutes.
4 or 5, yeah. Such a shame. We never saw this coming in this game.
No.
Everybody trying to play it forward. They're chasing.
And you see that now Barca is just running.
Running after the ball, yeah. Running a bit desperately here. Obviously not as organised as when the team was up.
It's true that one goal could change everything.
Yeah.
But it feels so difficult so far to find that goal.
Girona is doing everything well. They're recovering the ball really easily.
Well, they're staying composed. They're staying very composed. Obviously
6 minutes. 6 minutes of penitence more.
Yes. Well, unless we get a quick goal, but
2 goals
Yeah.
in 6 minutes seems very...
Hats off to Girona as well, who managed to weather the Barca
But
storm there.
Girona did it. They scored
Yeah.
3 goals in 6
Yeah,
minutes. or
Yeah,
5, so.
yeah. I do want to applaud that last goal off the volley. That technique.
Right,
Chat,
here's,
if you haven't
Barca
seen it.
moving forward, an opportunity here inside the box. Joao Felix couldn't get to it. And Couto trying to clear and manages to get the ball to bounce off of Cancelo. Girona 5 minutes away from, well, securing a Champions League spot.
So it's a tough
next season.
defeat today, guys. Tough defeat.
Yeah.
Because of us, today Real Madrid will be the champions.
Yeah.
So we have to be Spurs, no? We have to say congrats to him.
Yeah, I think we do. I think we do.
Congrats to him. Deserve championship for them. We have to say. I don't have any problem to say it. And okay, it's very tough today for the comeback that Girona has made. But we have to think in the next 4 games. I think we are just only 1 point under them. And we have 4 games. Just try to win those 4 games. Next one in 9 days, Robert. We have to wait until Monday, 13th of May.
Yeah.
Monday, 13th of May. So, well, the good news, not for men's team, is that today women's team can be champions of Spain.
Yeah.
They can win the title. I know that Irati and Alex follow a lot this Liga F.
Yeah.
And remember that tomorrow in Barça 1 we will follow live the Champions League final of futsal.
Careful with Girona, who could score a 5th, and Koundé clears off the line. Good job there by Jules Koundé
Wow.
to deny Dobbik.
That was an amazing
That would
clearance.
have been Girona's 5th goal. It would have been that prediction we saw earlier on. 5-2 to Girona. Fortunately for the club, there are other teams with chances to win titles. Careful here, Valeri getting forward. Another chance for Girona. Ter Stegen.
Oh, what a save.
Wow.
Save by Ter Stegen to deny Ángel Herrera. Second time that he's denied Ángel Herrera.
And it feels
The
the
corner
best for
kick.
Barca is this game to end.
Yes. Yeah. Feels like it would have been the best news. Mark said, feels like 6 minutes of penitence here.
Yeah.
Right, let's see what happens in the corner kick, and then we'll go over everything that's going on at the club, because there's a lot going on. There are good things going on at Barca as well, some of which you'll be able to see on Barca 1. Maybe tomorrow, some of it. Let's just see this corner kick. 93rd minute, still 3 to go. Girona fans are celebrating at Montilivi. In comes the cross, the header out. Right, so Mark was saying that the women's team can win the league title tonight.
Yeah.
Let's hope they can secure that.
Kickoff
Barça
starts in 2
Athletic.
minutes.
Sorry?
Kickoff in 2 minutes. for
Kick-off in
women.
2 minutes. Best of luck to the women's team. Barça Athletic won their game today. That means they have qualified for the playoff to get promoted. So good job by Rafa Marquez's team. Our futsal team tomorrow live on Barça 1. You can see the live final of the Futsal Champions League. It'll be exciting, no doubt, as the semi-finals were against Sporting from Portugal. Our basketball team has the 5th game of the quarterfinals of the Euro League against Olympiacos. That's on Wednesday at the Palau Blaugrana. Maximum support to Roger Grimau's team. And our handball team has qualified for the Final Four of the Champions League as well. Defeating PSG, the Nikola Karabatic PSG, winning both games and playing outstandingly in the quarterfinals. So, not the best of seasons, of course, for our men's football team, but we are more than a club. We have very successful teams in other sports as well, and we are going to support them on Barca social media channels and on Barca 1. Reminder, futsal Champions League final tomorrow on Barca 1. If you're not registered, why not? Click on the link that's on the live chat. Download the app and you'll be able to see that final tomorrow. Support our futsal team. Right, we're nearly in the final minute of this game, and Mark, just a disaster of the last half an hour of this game for Barca.
It's quite difficult what to ask to Barca players today.
Yeah.
it's quite difficult because it's pretty obvious that it's a bad day for us, bad day for the players, and the feelings, the mood, it has to be very, very bad. So we will try. We will try to give the reactions after the game as usual, and of course we're going to ask Xavi what is the vision of the game. So today it's not a day to be staying tuned all day, but I think it has to be interesting to listen to reactions here in Barça Live for all the players and Xavi Hernandez will say in our microphone. So I will go to the position, Robert, and we will talk in a while.
Talking a bit, Mark, we'll see what reactions you get. We just saw Michel go to his wife and son to celebrate that they're in the Champions League next season. What an achievement for Girona. I mean, look at the atmosphere. It's fantastic for them. The game has ended and Barça have fallen defeated 4-2 to Girona in a game which is, well, I mean, we'll try and do our best now in the post-game show to describe exactly what happened. It's just very, very tough to explain because Barça played a magnificent hour of football and then sort of melted down. Guys, quick thoughts before we just take a quick break and gather our thoughts.
It's difficult to gauge for this game because I think we have seen two completely different games. The first one lasted like 65 minutes where Barça was the best team on the field. Like they didn't take all the chances they had, and then in the end, like one mistake changed completely the game, and the last half hour Girona was a better team, and in the end they won.
Alex?
I'm shocked. I'm literally just still processing everything that's happened. It's ridiculous how we can go from the best of our season to the worst literally within a span of 5 minutes and not be able to recover from that. It leaves you with such a bad sensation because you were praising the ball recovery and the mentality and the team effort, and we were unable to do that after they scored, and you kind of like, so what now?
Yeah, what now? Right, quick moment to take a deep breath, gather our thoughts. Barça have fallen defeated 4-2. There'll be reactions coming, interviews with our colleague Marbrau. We'll listen to Xavi in the press conference. All of that coming up soon. Stay tuned. Well, we're back and we're not here to celebrate anything today. Girona 4, Barça 2, a game which is going to be very difficult to explain, to reflect on, because Barça played very good football for about an hour there. The team were dominating, the team were creating chances, probably should have taken a few more of them. And from there, Michel made 2 substitutions. Porto came onto the pitch and absolutely revolutionised the game. Barça made 2 mistakes, which were very costly. Girona turned things around, and from there, Barça were unable to react. What does that mean? That right now, the Girona players are on the pitch in Montilivi celebrating with their fans. What are they celebrating? Well, that they're second right now, but mostly that they are automatically qualified for the Champions League next season. So from here, congratulations to Girona for that. What does this mean as well? That there are 4 games remaining, Barca are third, Girona 1 point ahead, and we're going to have to fight and wait for a Girona slip-up to try and get back into that second position. Also, from here, I feel like some culés may not want to accept it or might not feel that we need to do it. I'm just going to say congratulations to Real Madrid for winning the La Liga title. They have been very consistent this season, just lost 1 game in La Liga, and yeah, congratulations to them. Our defeat today means that they are La Liga champions. A lot to digest on a Saturday afternoon, Irati Vidal and Alex Ibateta.
Slightly.
Yeah, I don't know where to start. Like it was a roller coaster of a game. Like many things happened, and we went from saying this is the best game of the season of the team to just talking about what you're talking, like Real Madrid champions, Girona taking the 2nd spot, going to Champions League, and Barca just in the same spot that we have been many times this season. I think today's game is the example of what this season has been for Barca.
And you're seeing the footage right now of the Girona players on the pitch celebrating with their fans with that special T-shirt that they're wearing. This is like a title for them, a much deserved one, and you sort of envy it.
They had all to play for. You know, I was saying, you know, those first 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes, we're going to see how Girona were going to come out, because they were going to come out all guns blazing, rightfully so, because they were actually playing for something really important for a club like Girona, especially, you know, something really well deserved after the season that they've done. But, you know, they had a lot more to play for than Barca did. You know, as Mark said it, I think, you know, 2nd place isn't really something that you compete for as much as a Champions League spot or a title, for example. So the fact that Girona had that weight on them to have to win this match, it meant a lot more to them than it did to us. But obviously just disappointing in the way that we lost.
Yep.
If they would have, you know, been superior to us, maybe those 90 minutes, you would have been like, okay, you know, have the win. I mean, they still have the win. The way that they won was outstanding, especially with the goals that they scored. But the fact that we played really well for majority of that match and we still weren't able to pull it off, that's the frustrating part.
The frustrating thing for me is that we sort of resort to this explanation at the end of games lately, which is, like, as I say, Barca's season in a nutshell. Positive signs, things we can like sort of try to grab onto. Oh, Lamine Yamal's performance, the impact of Fermin. Barca had some inspired minutes, but then those 10 minutes.
It changed everything.
And it's happened so many times this season.
It's changed everything. The thing is that, you know, we're shocked and we're still processing what's happened now, but at the same time, it's not shocking. You know, it's, if it happens, you're disappointed, but you're disappointed that it's happened again.
Yeah.
Not yet. You're disappointed that it's happened, and it's shocking and it's disappointing. But that really does sum up our season. You know, we could have won the title at one point. You know, we had the opportunities. It's not like we've been battling for a Champions League spot. That wasn't, you know, that wasn't the successful season that we could have had. We could have won another title, and the fact that we've resorted to normalizing losing in the way that we have today is the problem.
Mar Brau also summed it up. By the way, we're waiting for reactions with our colleague Mar Brau. We'll show them to you as soon as we've got them. He said, well, we've lost 2 direct games against Real Madrid and we've lost the 2 games against Girona, so it sort of makes sense that we're in 3rd position right now.
Yeah, like there's nothing to add there. Like I think we didn't compete the big games of the league. Like we won against Atletico de Madrid, but the two teams that have been performing with more consistency and with more regularity around the league, they both have beaten with big scores against us. So I think it's fair that we are in the third position. Hopefully the team can compete these 4 last games, and now Girona that has achieved the Champions League spot, maybe they go with less intensity and we can secure that second spot, which I think it will bring a lot to the club, knowing that if you go to the Super Cup, you also get more money, and it's also a new title you can battle. So hopefully the team can come back from this.
Hopefully. And as I say, I mean, there are positive things that you can extract from this game, positive conclusions. I mean, if we manage to stay consistent throughout 90 minutes, we're thinking ahead to next season. If we manage to play like we played in that first hour, well, we'll have a good chance of winning important things.
And we're going to have more players back. You know, we're going to be playing these kind of matches with the Frankie de Jong, with a Gavi, with a healthy Pedri. You know, we played this football with not our best starting 11. We're playing with Kubarsi as your centre back.
Playing with Fermin in midfield, who's just come into the team this year.
You're trusting, like, out of those 3, the oldest player is Fermin, who's 20.
Yeah.
So, you know, if we're playing like this, if we're able to kind of build on that for the next season, it'll be grand. But again, we're going to do it with better. The things that better players isn't really the right answer, because, you know, our players are playing so well. But you would want, you know, your best starting midfielders, which I think that has to include either Frankie, Gavi, Pedri at any point. So hopefully we can build on this, but it is just disappointing to see over and over again.
Thinking about today, and I brought it up before during the game, both games against Girona this season have ended 4-2. And the way I feel is that back when we played them in December at Montjuic, Michel won the tactical battle against Xavi. I think Girona managed to create, managed to find good opportunities, looked like the superior team for big stretches of that game. I feel like mostly Xavi won the tactical battle today, and it was little mistakes that changed everything. But Xavi's tactical approach to today's game showed its results, and those results were good.
Yeah, it felt the team learned from the mistakes in Montjuic. I would say, like, it's the same result, but it's a completely different game, because I think in Montjuic, Girona was way better. There was no point that Barça deserved winning that game. But I think Barça deserved to win this game until minute 65, where everything has changed with the entrance of Porto. But I don't think it was like just Porto entering. It was just a mistake from Barça that completely changed the game, like in terms of mentality. And it felt like those times that the team lost in Europe, those big losses, like mentally the team just disappeared from the field, and the result came there.
Well, we're waiting for reactions to come from the Montilivi Stadium. I'm very interested to hear what Xavi Hernandez will have to say to our colleague Marbrao. Let's see which of the players will come out and well, explain what happened to us. I'm not quite sure what to expect from what the players will say today, except maybe accept their own mistakes and know that they need to be better. It's just like split-second decisions and moments of tension. That pass back by Sergi Roberto to ter Stegen, which is just short and gives Dovbyk the opportunity. That loose ball in midfield before the third goal, which Barca lose. And it's something that hadn't happened throughout the entire game. We were praising Barca for, you were saying, the lack of panic.
Yeah, there was no panic. We were controlling the ball. It was literally... It's so simple, but we were moving Girona players out of position with simple passes to... It was the historical style of Barca play that we like to see, because we were passing into space, we were moving the ball correctly, but then once we were getting to that space, we were attacking. It's not like we were just keeping possession and kind of holding on to it, but we were attacking, we were getting into spaces and going forward. We saw Cancelo, we saw Christensen again, carrying the ball forward in positions he had no business to be in. And it was that confidence. But again, it was like, Sergi Roberto was being a high press. And that was a Girona, tactical switch at halftime that we saw, the high pressure, the more intensity. and it clearly worked. But Sergi should have never passed that ball back in the position that he was in.
Yeah.
Play a short pass, kick it out. But that was a really far stretched pass that, in his experience, probably should have never happened.
No.
And then that was just a domino effect to everything that happened after that.
Yeah, and obviously you have to praise Michel for the substitutions he made. Immediate impact, especially Porto. We talked about the speed. Yes, it comes off of a couple of Barca mistakes, but he was there. He was given the MVP by La Liga, and much deservedly so. I mean, Porto, a player, a veteran who's come back to this Girona team, comes off of the bench and just gives them that result.
He was crying at the end of the game because, I mean, he's a truly Girona supporter, and he came back for the team of his life, and now Girona is in Champions League. I think like there's a point that why this Girona has qualified there, and the main point is Michel. Like you said before, like he won the tactical game to Xavi Hernandez in the first leg, but now in this second game he also knew how to change his mistakes on the field with the entrance of Porto and with all the substitutions, yeah, I think he won the game there.
Right, we have the first reactions coming from the stadium of Montilivi. Sergi Roberto is with Marc Brown.
We're next to FC Barcelona captain Sergi Roberto. Sergi, què tal? Bona tarda. Què tal? Un partit una mica difícil d'explicar, no? Perquè heu estat superiors d'una hora i al final el Girona s'ha acabat remuntant. No sé quines sensacions us deixa el partit.
Sí, ara mirant el resultat igual et penses que és un partit on han estat superior i ni molt menys. Crec que fins al seu empat havíem fet molt bon partit, havíem tenit el partit controlat, crec que estàvem fent molt bon partit i ha sigut una llàstima el seu empat. Jo li volia passar la pilota al Marc, se m'ha quedat curta i ha acabat amb gol, demanar perdó a l'equip, a l'afició, perquè crec que no ens ho mereixíem, estàvem fent un partit molt bo i després ells s'han crescut amb la seva afició i bé, ens ha costat després remuntar.
Evidentment sou un equip que esteu preparat per guanyar títols, lluitar per la segona posició no és la motivació principal de la temporada, però m'imagino que aquests 4 partits que queden, Sergi, és el gran objectiu, no? Intentar deixar de banda aquesta derrota, queden 4 partits, confiança per intentar acabar bé la temporada.
Sí, ara és una llàstima que ja no depèn de nosaltres, hem d'esperar que el Girona perdi alguns punts. Nosaltres hem de fer la nostra feina, guanyar els partits que ens queden i esperar que el Girona perdi punts.
Ja per acabar, Sergi, evidentment avui és difícil pensar en aquesta bona primera part, no? Però d'alguna manera, venint també de la setmana que veníeu, havent guanyat el València, havent fet aquesta primera bona hora, avui serà difícil quedar-nos amb alguna cosa, no? La sensació és que l'equip s'ha trobat, que ha jugat fins i tot alguns dels millors minuts de la temporada.
Sí, però per això fa més ràbia el resultat, perquè crec que bé, hem acabat la primera part i a la mitja part ho hem parlat, que estàvem fent molt bon partit, que no havíem de baixar ni un minut. Després, els primers 15 minuts, crec que també hem estat molt bé, controlant el partit, tenint ocasions, i per això et dic que també encara fa més ràbia acabar amb aquest resultat, perquè sembla que hagin estat superiors i, com tu dius, crec que havíem fet molts bons 60 minuts i per això encara fa més ràbia.
Gràcies.
Merci.
The words of Sergio Roberto, as you can listen, is incredible part here in Montilivi because Girona are qualified for the next Champions League editions. A big part here for Girona players. In Catalan, Sergio Roberto, first of all, apologized for the mistake that he committed in the action that was the goal for Porto, the 2-2 in the score. Sergio Roberto said it was a pity because Barça make an incredible hour before the comeback of Girona, and he wants also to apologize to all the Barça fans for what happened here in the pitch today. Of course, Barça is not depending on ourselves to finish in the second positions, but Sergio Roberto said that we will fight in the last 4 games, trying to win the last 4 games of the season.
And that is definitely what you want to hear, what you want to listen to from your captain after a defeat like that. And you could see there that Sergio Roberto was absolutely devastated because he knew that it was his mistake. He said it. I mean, I wanted to pass it back to Marc. The pass was short, and that allowed Girona to get back into the game. And from then it was like a wave that just went over Barça and washed Barca's efforts away. But yeah, I mean, there's not much else to say. Admit the mistake. Sergio Roberto said he was sorry to his teammates, to the fans, and promised to fight for these final 4 games of the season.
Yeah, it's quite, he apologized for the mistake, and it is the mistake that kind of starts everything, but at the same time, his
At the same
teammates
time,
didn't
it's
fight for
one
it.
mistake.
It's one mistake,
in
and
a
his
good
teammates,
performance that he was having.
his teammates didn't fight for the result back. So at the same time, you know, that second goal was, it wasn't really, it was the loss of the ball, wasn't a direct mistake, but it was a really good goal. I don't think there was much more we could do about that. But we did not fight to come back from that 2-goal defeat. And it was just, it was his fault in the sense of that mistake, but I think the team just wasn't up to the challenge to be able to come back from it.
No, the same way like we were talking at the beginning of the show, like how important it was, like the way that the team came back on Monday against Valencia. Like we didn't see that today. Like it was Sergio Roberto's mistakes, but as Alex said, like the team didn't know how to come back and enter again in the game. Like after the equalizer, like the team was just lost, and we didn't see the same speed, the same recovery, the same press. Like it was a completely different team.
I mean, I'm no expert in boxing, but it was like 3 quick punches, took the air out of Barca, and then
Just couldn't recover after that.
You couldn't recover after it. And it is such a shame because I thought the first hour was one of the best hours of football that we've seen this season. Barca were building from behind, beating that Girona line of pressure. You think of the opportunities we had. Well, shots from outside the box by Gundo and Sergio Roberto in the first half. You've got the Lewandowski header that was saved, or the Christensen header that was saved on the line by Gazzaniga. You've got the Fermin chance. You've got in the second half a couple of attempts by Lamine Yamal. You've got the Gundogan left-footed shot. I mean, think of the performance of how we were praising Lamine Yamal before of this, and now it's sort of become an afterthought.
Yeah, it's you completely forgot about that Christensen golazo.
Yeah.
It was an absolute golazo that you should be able to talk about for at least a week coming, and that's just completely lost. It's forgotten.
Well, I mean, people sort of remember the Porto golazo more.
Yeah, exactly. It kind of overshadows everything that Girona did. Overshadowed everything that Barça did, including. I mean, that goal was a perfect example. Yeah. Girona did everything better than Barça in those last 30 minutes, and on top of that, they had that reflection of the Christensen goal, and they just did it even a step better.
Yeah, and we are waiting for more reactions to come from the Montilivi Stadium. Marc Brau will briefly be talking to Xavi Hernandez. Let me know, guys, when we can go to Marc Brau. Even if he doesn't have any protagonists, I want to hear what he has to say as well. If you're Xavi Hernandez, of course, I mean, with the announcement coming a week and a half ago that he was going to stay out, people are going to panic now, and there's going to be reactionary thoughts. And
we know how we are.
Exactly, we know how the fans are, but it needs to change nothing. But probably this helps you address the things that need to be addressed towards next season. I'm being told that we can go to Marc Brau at Montilivi. And Marc, we're still finding it hard to explain what happened here this afternoon.
Yeah, it's quite difficult to explain. We heard, we listened to Sergio Roberto explain that, of course, it's quite difficult not only to explain, just to understand what happened after maybe one of the best hours of football of the season, as Irati and Alex said, that happened here in Montilivi. We're waiting just to Xavi Hernandez. We cannot talk as loud as usual because Xavi Hernandez is just in another position, attending other workmates and the media, holding right holders position. So we are waiting for Xavi Hernandez. After all, we have to say that you can listen while we were interviewing Sergio Roberto that it was like a big party with the music of the Champions League in Montilivi with some commemorative shirts for Girona players, and of course it's a complete party here in Girona. Okay, it's difficult to explain what happened today, but as we said during all the game, it's something that happened to the team in the first part of the season, not in the last part of the season, because of course we suffered a comeback against Real Madrid in the Clásico, and we suffered a comeback today. But for example, until January, Barça scored at first all the games. Robert, you know that you and me talk about a lot of this, that Barça conceding the first goal of the game. So after 16 games, Barça always scored first. But in the last games against Paris Saint-Germain, against Real Madrid, and today, Barça suffered a comeback. I don't think that we don't have a lot of players, a lot of reactions there, but I can promise that we will have Xavi Hernandez very soon, Robert, so stay tuned. If I have some reactions, I will give you my opinion, of course. I will tell you if we can go.
Right, thank you very much, Marc. Yeah, we'll go to you as soon as Xavi Hernandez is there with you, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what Xavi has to say, because I'm sure he'll be pleased with the first hour of the game, but I'll look forward to hearing his reflections on that 10-minute that 10-minute parentheses.
Because there's not much he could say about his own. You know, sometimes like managers do like to take the faults in the game because they're like, maybe I didn't prepare the team well enough, maybe this, that. But no. He prepared the team exactly how it went. You know, you had the game plan clearly in the first half, and you know it was executed almost to perfection. But then that lapse of concentration was, he can't do nothing about that.
Very quickly, we can go to the Montilivi Stadium outside with Spencer Siegel, who I'm guessing has split emotions here, but is, well, in an atmosphere of celebration at Montilivi.
Hello, everybody. Robert, Irati, Alex. Yes, it's a very emotional day in Girona, and a lot of people are leaving this stadium very happy. Some of them crying. I saw one of the security guards crying in the 85th minute, and we were trying to figure out why. A big day for Girona and an unfortunate loss for Barça. Split emotions is definitely what I would use because Barça came out in the first half and looked like the better side after the initial run of play, and what was it, I don't know how many seconds it was later that Dopik got the goal, and we just knew we were in for a world-class performance. And from Christensen's goal to Portu's goal, for the casual football fan or the diehard, this was a great game to watch and an unfortunate result for Barca.
It was very unfortunate because I think we can all agree, Spence, that we've been saying it here. The first hour was the best we've seen from Barca this season, practically. Maybe Paris is the comparison.
Yeah, it was hard to say when the game, you know, and we don't the ability to see all the replay as Mark would or as you guys would back in the studio. I was focused on what both teams were doing in an attacking sense, and also how they were able to defend the other team's clearly superior attack to the rest of the league. And what I saw, two teams who knew what they wanted to do in terms of it did exactly that in the first half. I saw the penalty from an angle that really hurt my ability to judge whether or not it was a penalty, and obviously they took a long look at it, and it seemed like it was pretty clear after seeing the replay that Miguel made that a penalty. And then once we got to the second half, you thought, okay, Barca have to come out the exact same way that they did at the end of the first half and protect this lead, and it's something that's been a little bit more difficult to do this year than we thought.
Well, Spence, I know you've been to Montilivi several times this season, and that you'll be happy for Girona, and that you've ultimately witnessed a historical afternoon at Montilivi. So I'm happy for you for that. Obviously, it pains me that it's Barca who's been the victim to Girona this afternoon, though.
It was a lot easier when Girona were in the Segunda and Barça were in the Primera, or Girona were fighting against relegation and Barça were fighting for the title. And now it's a little bit different, but I'm happy that both teams are doing well, and we've got a whole nother season to enjoy, and we've got the rest of this season too, and we've got this fight for second place also.
Right, Spence, I'll see you on the next show. Go and enjoy yourself in Girona.
Appreciate it. See you guys.
Our Spencer Siegel, who was at Montilivi today. I think he might have been supporting Girona a little bit.
He tries to be neutral, but he can't.
Yeah, well, he lives there. He lives there, and he's integrated in the Girona culture. You can't really fault him for that. I mean, he mentioned from his point where he was in the stadium, he couldn't really see if it was a penalty or not. Yeah. And you almost forget about the penalty, like the Christensen goal, like everything positive that Barca did in this game. 4 games remaining, and we have a 3-game week coming up next week. It's Real Sociedad on Monday, Rayo on the Sunday, and I'm lapsing on who's in between. Is it Cadiz? Wait a minute, I need to look at Barca's schedule right now. I'm being unprofessional here right now. I'm forgetting who we're facing up next. So Real Sociedad on Monday, the 13th of May. We're away at Almeria on the Thursday, and then the final 2 games are Rayo probably on the Sunday, which is yet to be confirmed, and our last game is at the Sanchez Pizjuan against Sevilla. So, I mean, Barca have got tough games coming up. You've got Real Sociedad. I mean,
not easy.
Which they are fighting to go to Europe next year, so it's similar situation as Girona. So not easy.
Not easy at all. 3 games in 1 week. It's going to be intense. Now you've got probably best that you've got 9 days until the next game now. Today's Saturday. The following one is the next Monday. You've got an entire week to rest, gather your thoughts, sort of.
Yeah, it should be. If we take it to the right advantage, I think a hard reset before the last 4 matches of the season, because I think we're all, maybe us even included, we're in that final stretch of the season, and you're just fatigued, and you don't know what day it is, and you don't know what's happening. At least that's how I feel. And it's like, those 9 days can be a hard reset of, okay, this has happened, it's fine, we move on, we go hard for the last 4 days of the season, and then from that you kind of reflect on the entire season. But those 9 days, a hard reset is needed, and just being able to energize and finish the season strong.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, we're still waiting for Xavi Hernandez to go to Marc Brau. Of course, a reminder as well, in the meantime, of everything else that's going on at the club, with the women's team playing right now. Winning right now.
Right now they are winning the title.
So we could be celebrating a women's La Liga title in about an hour and a half, which is positive news. You've got, of course, the futsal final of the Champions League live on Barça 1 tomorrow. Much luck to Velasco's team in that Champions League final after qualifying, and you can see it on Barça 1, I insist. Barça Athletic today qualified for the playoff for promotion. So congratulations to Rafa Marquez's team. You've got the basketball team as well next week, playing the 5th and final game of the quarterfinal series against Olympiacos at the Palau Blaugrana. Let's cross our fingers for them as well. We've seen some amazing basketball so far. And quarterfinals of the Champions League ended with Barca qualifying for the Final Four, beating PSG. So
also
I insist.
The final of Champions League for the women's team.
Also, of course, I forgot about that one. How could I forget? The final of the Champions League for the women's team in Bilbao against Olympic Lyon. That's later on in the month. So for us, Barca supporters, obviously it's devastating that Barca's men's season is going to end with no titles. It's going to end having, had tough defeats like the one that we've had today. Yeah. But there's a bright side as well.
Yeah. The women's team also has Copa la Reina
final chance for a treble
as well. Yeah.
Chance for a treble.
Chance for treble. Still open.
Titles.
Oh, of course, because there was a Super Cup, of course.
Yeah. They could.
You forget about the Super Cup, don't you?
They could end 4 titles, and I think that's what's amazing about Barca, like being Més que un club, is that, and like you've got a bad season of the men's team, but then in the end, like you can end the season winning more than 1 Champions League for the club. So I think that's amazing.
Oh, I mean, how many leagues in a row is this now? If they end up winning today for the women's team,
I've lost.
You lose count.
You do lose count.
Since the pandemic, no?
Probably 4. Yeah. I would say minimum 4.
4 or 5, even before the pandemic. Yeah, and then you've got the Champions League against Olympic Lyon, which has been, it's historically difficult to beat.
Yeah.
So a big challenge for them there. I mean, there's positive news.
Yeah, but then
the
fact that also you have the futsal, you have the handball, you have the basketball, and in the end, a bad season of football can end with many Champions League and trophies for the club. I think that's something that can only Barca say.
I have to interrupt you, Marc Brau with Xavi Hernandez. Let's listen to what our head coach has to say.
Yes. Yeah, as usual, after the game we are talking with Xavi Hernandez, FC Barcelona coach. Xavi, què tal? Bona tarda.
Bona tarda.
No sé si, més enllà de la derrota, que ja et fa ràbia de per si, et sap greu que hagi estat en un partit on clarament en 70 minuts heu estat tan superiors.
Sí, és una història més de que tenim tot controlat, ho tenim a les nostres mans i ho deixem perdre. O sigui, aquesta és la meva sensació i això l'he tingut des de principi de temporada, no? El dia del Madrid a casa, l'altre dia al Bernabéu, el dia del Girona a casa, que ho tenim controladíssim i ho perdem nosaltres. Per tant, són errors nostres que hem de millorar, que hem de ser més competitius, més madurs. Esperem que d'aquests errors i d'aquestes desgràcies futbolístiques doncs, l'equip n'aprengui i puguem competir millor aquests 4 partits que queden i sobretot la temporada que ve, perquè al final som el Barça i no podem cometre aquest tipus d'error.
Des del punt de vista futbolístic, Xavi, tot i que evidentment marca molt el que ha passat al final, no sé si t'agrada també sobretot com l'equip ha estat capaç d'emmarcar el guió del partit durant la primera part i durant els 15 minuts després. Sé que em diràs que després no ha servit per res, però no sé si aquest també és el camí que heu de seguir en aquest tram final de temporada.
Sí, intentant ser positiu, que avui és un dia difícil perquè estic molt decepcionat i molt emprenyat, doncs crec que sí. Crec que la primera hora o 65 minuts és boníssima, és brillant, tenint el Girona al seu camp per fer l'1-3 i l'1-4, però és que és el resum del que ens ha passat aquesta temporada. Pensa que no podem fallar aquests gols. Més enllà dels després errors defensius, els gols que generem, les jugades que estem a l'àrea per pràcticament l'últim passe, no podem fallar, som el Barça. No ens podem permetre aquest tipus d'error.
Last question in English, Xavi, if you can explain what happened today here in Girona.
Well, I think it happened all the season. It's from our mistakes. We concede a lot of mistakes in defense today. And then we couldn't have scored much more goals. We don't have effectivity, and it happened all the season. It's a pity, but I'm really upset today.
Gracias. The words of Xavi Hernandez, you said, Robert, Irati, Alex, very disappointed. Very disappointed is the word that used most in Catalan, Xavi Hernandez. And one of the sentences that he said in Catalan is that we are Barça. We cannot do this. We cannot do this. We are Barça. We cannot do this. After all, he explained in English what happened in the game, a lot of missed opportunities, but very disappointed, Xavi, with what happened in the last 20 minutes. A brilliant an hour. It's the same thing that we are explaining during all the Barca Live thing. It's the opinion, of course, for Xavi Hernandez, who's very disappointed and wants to change some things for the last 4 games of the season.
Well, Marc, as you said, 9 days now until the next game, and a week with 3 games which will turn out to be very, very important. We'll see how the team manages to flip the switch there.
Yeah, and it has to be difficult because in 2 weeks we will have 3 games in 7 days, so we will have games during 2 or 3 weeks. During 2 or 3 days, but we have to wait until Monday 13. 9 days without football to face Real Sociedad in Montjuic, and that week, the 13th of May, we will face Real Sociedad at home. Then we will go to Almeria, we will travel to Almeria, and then the third game of the week will be against Rayo Vallecano. Instead, the last game of the season will be in Sevilla. We are waiting for another player. I will give you the connection back, Robert, because in a few minutes we will have one of the captains of the team, Ronald Araujo, talking with us in Spanish, and then we will translate to English. It will be the last reaction that we will listen, but one of the captains, Ronald Araujo, here live in Barcelona.
Right, well, we'll hang on here to see if we can listen to Ronald Araujo. We're obviously waiting for Xavi to go into the press room as well. We're seeing right now how Michel is being interviewed pitch side, an important moment for Michel as well, having had his team qualify for the Champions League. I was actually surprised that was the tone of Xavi Hernandez, because usually he likes to focus on the things that the team did well as well.
Yeah.
But no, today was, we need to be better. We can't be conceding those mistakes.
Because I think it was frustrating also for him. Like after the first hour we saw football,
Has to be
like
frustrating.
after seeing like he found the key to beat Girona and the team was performing well and everything, and we come from the game against PSG and the game of against Real Madrid, and now this game, and I think it was frustrating. And he said it like this summarized the season we had, and I think we have said here in the studio, and then Xavi Hernandez said himself, like it's the better way to explain to fans, like from outside, like what happened this season to Barca is this.
Yeah, because sometimes, I mean, I have to admit here, you worry about, okay, well, what are we going to say here after a tough defeat? We need to sort of measure our words a little bit. We try to be fair. We try to obviously tell it, say it as it is, but picking your words. But the message there from our head coach completely validates what we were saying.
Yeah, no, I think the season sums us, we shoot ourselves in the foot.
Yeah.
You know, we do everything well. We do everything well. We just wound ourselves. You know, the PSG, it was the Araujo red card. Of course, I'm not blaming him, but we always get put in these positions where we do everything right, and then one little mistake cost us a Champions League season. a title, a game. You know,
You think even back to the game a couple of weeks ago, the Bernabeu.
Yeah.
Barca
Yeah.
played better than Real Madrid.
Precisely. It was just a quick moment where Real Madrid had one opportunity, one score, and we couldn't react to that. We couldn't capitalize on our chances. It's us. Essentially, we do it to ourselves rather than external people doing it, which I think is the most frustrating part. Because again, you accept when someone plays better than you, but when you're doing it to yourself, you're kind of like, you can't blame anything else. And I think Xavi understands that. Again, we say Xavi did, tactically, there's nothing he can blame on himself. So it's literally just the players unable to react. And again, that's been the whole season of us just ruining ourselves.
With the goals that you've given away and the ones you haven't scored as well, because I heard Xavi say as well, you need to take your chances. You need to score. You need to score. And this is a game in which we scored 2, but should have had more.
There was 15 shots on target from Barça, and those shots didn't transform into goals. Indeed, Girona needed less shots to score 4 goals, and I think that summarized everything, because if you would have scored the third, that second goal of Girona wouldn't have hurt you the same way it hurt it.
No, definitely. I mean, I listed them before, but you think...
The crossbar
by it was a header
Gundogan.
by Gundogan, exactly. It looked like a Gazzaniga save. It went off the crossbar. You've got the Fermin one earlier on. You've got shots from outside the box from Sergi Roberto and Gundogan. You've got the Christensen header that was the Christensen header that was saved on the line. You've got Lamine in the second half where he tries to give it to Lewandowski.
Takes too many touches out the box.
Shots from outside the box. Another shot by Gundogan, and that's been one of the difference makers this season as well, that Barca have not been able to take their chances. I'd say even over the last couple of seasons, because last season we were winning 1-0. The good thing was that we weren't conceding goals, but we were still struggling to score. So that this summer needs to be addressed as well, I think.
Yeah, it's the aggressiveness in front of, again, it's the being consistently efficient in front of a goal, because there's no point of dominating the game. There's no point of having possession. There's no point of having so many opportunities if you can't handle scoring them, because then you concede so easily off of that, and it just doesn't help anybody. And the fact that we do everything right and we can't score goals, that is the entire point of playing well, of keeping possession. But if we can't do that, then we're not going to get anywhere.
Right, well, we're going to have reactions in a second from Ronald Araujo, as promised by Mar Brau. We'll look forward to hearing from Araujo, who, let's go to him right now. We've got it.
Yeah, we are ready. We are next to one of the captains of the team, Ronald Araujo. Ronald, què tal? Bona tarda.
Buenas tardes.
Una tarda complicada, no? Perquè era un partit que teníeu controlat. No sé quina explicació podeu donar al que ha passat, perquè havíeu estat molt superiors fins a l'acció del 2-2.
Bueno, sí, creo que fue así. Estábamos controlando el partido muy bien. Creo que tuvimos muchas ocasiones para liquidarlo, ¿no? Para meter el 3-1. Tuvimos muchas chances de poder hacerlo. Creo que estábamos muy bien en el partido. Después cometimos errores y no perjudicó, ¿no? Los goles. Creo que bajamos también en el tema mental. Cuando haces el empate, creo que tenemos que tener más mentalidad ganadora, decir, bueno, empatamos, todavía estamos en partido y hay que seguir, no pasa nada. Creo que son errores que cometimos esta temporada, que hay que corregir para lo que viene, porque creo que el equipo és un bon equipo i queda corregir estas coses.
Just anava a dir això, Ronald. Sensació que us està passant una miqueta en aquest final de temporada el que us havia passat al principi, però també l'equip havia demostrat que heu estat capaços de, durant molta ratxa, guanyar partits importants. És una miqueta també el que us heu d'agafar una mica, no?, pel que queda i per l'any que ve.
Sí, creo que son cosas que tenemos que corregir para ahora, lo que queda obviamente, y para sobre todo la siguiente temporada, ¿no? Porque como te digo, creo que hay equipo, tenemos que corregir estas cosas, estos detalles, estos errores, para competir, para ir a por los títulos, que es lo más importante. Ahora queda estos partidos, un objetivo que es terminar segundo para ir a la Supercopa. Hay que dejar todo, intentar ganar todos estos partidos y sobre todo terminar muy bien.
Gracias, Ronald.
Gracias.
The words of Ronald Araujo saying in Spanish that, quite similar for what Xavi said. It's like the recap of the season, what happened just in a few minutes in the second half here in Montilivi. Ronald said that it's something that happened during all the season. And my second question was, like, you has a lot of games also this season that this didn't happen. Between, for example, the February and March and in the first leg of the Champions League, and Ronald Araujo said, we demonstrate that, but we have to focus and we have to try to do better for the next game and, of course, for the next season. Ronald Araujo saying the same way of explaining the game that we are saying during all the Barça live. So, Robert, we don't have more reactions. This is the words of two of the captains, Sergio Roberto and Ronald Araujo, Xavi. So it was a pleasure again to explain all what will happen here in Montilivi, and we will see in a few days, next Monday, not the other one, against Real Sociedad in Montjuic, the next game at home. We expect that for Barça to win a new game, because the next focus has to be trying to put over Girona and be second in the standings.
Marc, before 4 games remaining, can you give us a little bit the planning from now until the end of the season for Barca, the schedule, everything that's going to be happening?
Well, it's quite difficult because we would like to be in the semi-finals of Champions League next week, but during the next week there won't be any game. So the next game, it's not next Monday, it's the other one. The same as against Valencia, we have to play the last game of the round. It will be next Monday, not the other one, against Real Sociedad. But that week, Barça will play 3 games against Real Sociedad, then against Almeria, and then against Rayo Vallecano. And then it will remain one last game that it will be against Sevilla. So 4 games, 2 at home against Real Sociedad and Rayo Vallecano, 2 away games, 2 games in Andalusia against Almeria and Sevilla, and it will finish the season. Only 4 games, 4 league games, and it will be over. We hope that Barça will finish in the second position.
Thank you very much, Marc. Safe travels back to Barcelona. A short travel for you today. But, yeah, I mean, Ronald Araujo as well, critical of the team's mistakes and conscious that things need to be corrected going into next season.
I mean, I think it's the correct step to improve like the performance of the team this season. Like from inside the team, like they recognize they haven't done the things how they should do it, and the fact that Sergio Roberto, Araujo, also Xavi Hernandez comes here and says like, guys, we didn't do it well. There's things to correct. There's things we are going to working, and I think it is the right direction. Like, because if you go there and you just talk, yeah, but we played 1 hour well, like it's not the way. You have to be critical with yourself in order to improve. So I think they did well, and that's also being a captain.
I think that the message that we've heard from our first captain, Sergio Roberto, today, Araujo, who's also a captain today, and our head coach, Xavi Hernandez, I think it's what, after a defeat, the fans want to hear as well. I don't think they want to hear, oh, we were very good for an hour and then we made a mistake.
Yeah, there's no excuses. I think that's the best one. It's you know, you admit defeat, but not in a, you know, not in a bad way that you don't want to, you know, watch us play again. It's admit defeat in the sense of today it was our own fault, and we're gonna try to, you know, fix this eventually. Maybe, you know, maybe there's the things that I think people need to understand, that maybe the fix is not going to come in these last 4 games of the season. You know, chances are that the games will go well, but the fix is not going to be in this season. This fix is going to be now looking at the next season. And if fans, you know, fans need to kind of understand that, because these last 4 games might be trial and error in the sense of, you know, trying to or not, you know, you just cruise through, you try to get the wins, you know, end the season on the high and then kind of work through that. But it's the fact that it's already a positive note that you're able to self-criticize. Yeah. And, you know, you're not going into next season thinking that you had a successful season, because you didn't win, you know, you didn't win the title, you didn't progress in the Champions League, you made these mistakes in crucial parts of the season. You know, we didn't win El Clásico. So, you know, you go on to reflect, and now it's just about fixing that.
There's a great variety of factors that have been involved. And you can think of bad luck, you can think of the red card against PSG, little mistakes, call it whatever you want. But think of where we were a month ago, how we were hopeful that Barca were going to be able
today Barça was better than Girona. The other day in El Clásico, Barça was better. But it was Barça's mistakes that made the other team win.
Get back into the game.
Yeah.
Get back into the game.
And we weren't able to react.
We opened the door to Girona and said, hey, welcome.
Yeah.
We're having a lovely time here. It's our party.
You can come
Just
ahead.
come in. And Girona raided the party.
Yeah. Literally came. That explains it literally perfectly. And they had a party at the end of the match as well. So
they continued the party.
They did.
We went to bed.
And we had to. We left the party early. They continued it.
Well, we're waiting to show you Xavi's press conference, which has occurred already, but we are having trouble in receiving that signal. We're seeing some of the goals there and the critical moment in which Barça give away the second goal. Credit to Girona for doing what they needed to do, which is take the opportunity. Porto, who made an impact in this second goal, was given the MVP by La Liga, scored the equalizer. Girona scored 3 very quick goals in 10 minutes and changed the script, the story of the game. And I feel like we're really just repeating ourselves here.
There's not much to explain.
There's not much more to explain here. I mean, I'm just seeing there the goal which was the equalizer set up by Dobbik. We didn't really have to talk about Dobbik all that much. He did score the equalizer, but he wasn't involved all that much. Barça contained Savinho. Barça contained Segankov.
I think Barça was ready to contain the plan A of Girona, but was not ready for the plan B.
Maybe. And just a couple of distractions, well, ultimately were lethal. Well, I mean, I've seen the goal by Miguel Gutierrez, and what a nightmare he was in the game of Montilivi today. Not as much of a factor. Barça did a lot of things well, but
that second goal was what we said, it was a bit blame. I mean, that was a bit of bad luck because I think Ter Stegen was actually going the right way and was going to be able to control that ball, but then had that slight defection off of George
third
Koundé.
goal, obviously. Yeah.
But then the way that they were able to get in that position, it's the whole problem. So again, they had a bit of luck, but they should have never gone into that position so easily. I mean, a player shooting with 4 Barca defenders around him, and it makes absolutely no sense.
Well, we're going to have to recover from this game with that self-critical discourse of Xavi Hernandez, of Sergi Roberto, of Ronald Araujo. I'm sure the players today will be, well, absolutely gutted with seeing that their good efforts for an hour were just washed away in 10 minutes by Girona. And regather, recompose, Real Sociedad next, at home, at Montilivi, try to do their best and try to stay in this fight. I mean, who's to say that Girona, now having qualified for the Champions League, don't just,
take the foot off the pedal just slightly.
Take a chill pill and...
you never know.
You never know. You need to be there if they give you the chance to get back into that second position, because Supercopa next season is important. You want to
I think it's going to be a good test mentally for the players, for us to kind of, have that mentality of, we're not actually competing for something like a title, for example, but if we win these 4 games, if you're able to end the season and say we've done everything we can, at least when we had control. I mean, that doesn't make sense now that I say it out loud, but you need to win these 4 games to kind of prove yourself almost, but like not to anyone else, no one to external, just to themselves, to say if we say that we're able to win these last 4 games, then let's win these last 4 games and actually prepare themselves for the next season.
Right, guys, well, we're going to end it here without the press conference by Xavi Hernandez. You'll be able to find it on Barça 1 later on, and just a devastating afternoon for the Barça fan.
Not how we expect it to be.
We'll be back in 9 days. Thank you, Irati. Thank you, Alex, for joining today on this tough afternoon of football. Barça Live will be back for the game against Real Sociedad. That's Monday the 13th, 9 p.m. local kickoff. Until then, Visca el Barça. Much support to the women's team. Much support tomorrow to the futsal team. Let's hope they win the Champions League, and to all of our professional teams who have things at stake. We'll see you next Monday the 13th. Thank you for joining, and goodbye.